Oh shit, here we go. We lit. Or maybe we not. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Miracle Jackson Show, and we're actually recording live, and we're trying to get on the radio, which is supposed to be live, but we're recording from Pound for Pound Barbershop in Kent, Washington. My homies down here, they cut good hair. They're actually still in here doing cuts right now while I'm recording the show. So shout out to everybody that's working at Pound for Pound, and shout out to James and Hunter for having me, allowing me to host the show here tonight. James is going to join us shortly. I think he went outside or went to the bathroom or something. I don't know what he's doing. I'm trying to get the freaking radio program to work because yet again, I'm struggling with this. I don't know if it's me or if it's just the system. I don't know what's going on. So let's get this, see if we can get this to play. Still not working. I don't know. Let me text Sherry and then we're gonna get started.
Woman is and you gotta comb it.
Oh, snap.
Watching all the videos all the time.
We got a lot of dead air now because we in here trying to get this shit to work, but as usual, it's not. So we're gonna have a show anyway. All it means is that anybody that was tuning in to Track Talk Radio doesn't get to hear this shit. So this is an exclusive episode. That's how I'm gonna dub it. The station isn't working.
How long you been doing that for, Nick?
Man, we've been doing this shit since like early September.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're on twice a week, man. Hey, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Track Talk Radio. Talking to everybody that's in here. Who's in here? Was just you in here?
Yeah, I'm the only one in here right now.
Tubbs the only one in here, man. He's the only one still cutting, man. You know, getting that money. That's what my niggas do. I don't know what happened to James. James must have been abducted or something by aliens. You know, I'm only saying that because he's all into conspiracy theories. My man is wild, so I can't wait to have him in here so I can talk a bunch of trash to him and get him to tell me about some of this moon landing stuff because he knows about all the crazy shit that I don't know about. So here shortly, my man will come in. But anyway, as you can see, I'm still repping for Kobe. R.I.P. Kobe, we miss you. I'm in the blue jersey today rather than that purple and gold. I gotta order me a purple one. I need an actual purple Lakers jersey. Nike, holla at me, man. You know I need that connect real bad. But yeah, man, we're live, but only from Pound for Pound tonight. I'm not sure why we continue to have issues with the radio program, but Sherry and I are gonna check in after the show. We're gonna get that shit fixed. That way, going forward, we won't have these problems. I don't know what the deal is, but we can't seem to get it to work. So it is what it is. We'll try again next week. But anyway, what is on the schedule for tonight? We got some sports talk as usual. We're not talking anything that's politics because I'm not checking for that shit right now. Mainly we're going in, we're closing out Super Bowl week because that shit's on Sunday, and then we got NBA All-Star Weekend, I think is next weekend. So we got lots of sports stuff around that. We got some updates on one baseball update, and I'm only bringing it up because as we roll into February, which is Black History Month, we always want to salute when brothers get jobs. So shout out to Dusty Baker. He's a longtime baseball manager, and he has actually now been hired by the Houston Astros. So hopefully he can get in there and help them clean up their shit, all that cheating stuff. I don't really think that's a huge deal, only because I'm sure if one team does it, they all probably do it. So it's really not that serious. But like I said, shout out to Dusty. Shout out to any brother that's out here getting a high-paying management job. That shit is dope. So hopefully we can get the team turned around and then get back to the World Series and get it cracking. You know what, man? I hear my man James strolling up, man. He's got his Hennessy, his Red Bull. I got him a bottle of water. You know, I got to keep my man safe, man.
Oh, man, we got to keep it real black.
Yeah, he's keeping it real black today, man. Shout out to James, man. James, man. Appreciate you coming on the show, my guy. So the radio thing is not actually working. So we are just recording live. This will not be the last time my man is on the show.
Oh, sir.
As you can see, we're keeping it as real as we possibly can. My man's got his Henny ready. Listen, I gotta be responsible because I got a long drive home, so I'm with the water.
Not I.
He said, not I. I appreciate you coming through, my man. So, I was just letting them know as we dive into the show, we're starting off with did some congratulations. I like to shout out brothers when they get jobs, and as we roll into Black History Month, we wanted to shout out Dusty Baker for now being hired as the Houston Astros manager.
About fucking time.
Hopefully he can get that shit cleaned up. Dusty has been fairly successful everywhere he's went, so I can't imagine that anything will be different when he goes to Houston. How you feel about that, man?
It's about time.
How you feel about them cheating though?
Man, you know, back in the day they always say, you know, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But when it comes to this, like they took it a little overboard.
Yeah.
They took it a little bit. Like, you see the part where dude was running down to the home base and he's yelling at, I think it was Altuve, whatever that, you know, little short dude.
Oh yeah, the really short dude. Yeah.
And he's like holding this jacket, like, yo, don't take off my jacket, don't take off my jersey, because that's when they were saying that they had those little buzzers under their jerseys.
Oh, I didn't know
When
that.
he was running, and he was like, oh, about to cover the thing, and he's covering it up, and they're like, yeah, and then they showed the little thing, you can see like a little wire, like a little bulge type of thing, and they're like, that was probably the buzzer.
Why are y'all doing? Y'all want to win these games that damn bad? Y'all want to work hard enough? The steroids don't work no more.
Not anymore.
Niggas ain't taking steroids. They really out here trying to cheat to steal signs and shit.
Barry Bonds and fucked
And
it
the
up.
crazy thing is they stole hella signs and still didn't win a lot.
And apparently they've been doing it for
years.
Like I was watching the thing, and they had they were like, yo, listen, they and apparently they were using garbage cans.
Yeah, I saw that where they're hitting the garbage can in the outfield. Like,
then they're like, oh, that's gonna be a fastball, that's a changeup, or that's a fastball, or that's a curveball, or whatnot. And then they like, all right, they wait on it, ran on it, crack. You gotta remember, the Dodgers were stupid good that year.
yeah.
Stupid good.
Yeah,
that
they were
year.
really good that year.
And then
Shout
again,
out to LA.
it's like the whole
LA.
Kershaw. They always talk about Kershaw. Kershaw went down in the playoffs. Well, I mean, Kershaw, of course, he's gonna go down when y'all niggas is cheating.
I mean, but to be fair, I feel like he was a little bit slumped prior to that.
Man, that was like his record-setting year.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was record-setting year when they lost.
Dang, okay.
Killing it.
So maybe Los Angeles really does have a beef
really do
with
have
the
a beef.
Stros, and the MLB already came out and said that they're not going to revoke the title.
They don't care.
Which we all knew that was going to happen. I don't know any
don't
LA
care.
fan that's shouting that Houston should give back the title and give it to LA. Look, even in the games where Kershaw didn't play, y'all still lost those games. And some of them were close. Some of them you had an opportunity to win and you did not. We're not going to just give you the title because they cheated on a few games, a few 100,000 games,
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know.
something crazy.
Something like that. I'm
the
sure.
gambling, the bets. You lost a lot of money on that shit.
Oh yeah, I bet people was real hot. Cause you got niggas walking around that just probably lost like $50,000 for no reason.
Easily.
Yo, if I was a nigga that had money like that, that's the whole reason why I wouldn't bet on sports. Cause you don't know who's out here playing with your money.
Or you had that old white dude that bet. Didn't he put 10 racks down at the beginning of the year for the Astros to win?
He put down 10 racks
I think
at
he
the
put down
beginning of the
10
year.
racks at the beginning of the season, talking about Astros to win it all.
You know why? Because he probably gave them damn ideas on how to cheat. That's why.
it
The
was
only
a
reason you
rich-ass
put
man.
10K down is if you know something somebody else don't know.
Like, they always say, like, they say the sports are narrative. There's a narrative in all sports.
My man's really deep
There's
into
a
conspiracy
narrative
theories.
in all sports, people. Don't get it twisted. They
What?
say there's a dude, my boy, like one of my clients.
it.
So he stopped betting. He stopped betting on all this stuff because he was in jail for like 5 years and whatnot. And he was with a bookie, and he said this bookie was doing 15 to 20, 15 to 20 for what they call like the white man's fucking law, or the white man's criminal shit.
What?
Wall Street,
Oh yeah, like that type of stuff.
Wall Street type stuff,
Yeah.
with the white criminal.
Yeah, white
So
collar
he said,
crimes.
he pretty much said, "No, white guys, white criminals." So he said, dude, stop betting, because he was like, yo, this dude told me, he's like, yeah, bro, he's like, everything in sports is it's like WWF, it's like the WWE, everything is a storyline.
Yeah, I mean I can see that.
Everything's already kind of planned out. Everything kind of already has a story on how it's gonna go, has a narrative.
You know what's weird though is I feel like in a sport like certain sports, I feel like you could probably get away with it. But like I don't, and I know it's been done. I seen ESPN 30 for 30 where they had buddies betting on college basketball and niggas fixing games.
Man, college
all
basketball
that.
is one of the easiest things to fix.
But I feel like that it'd be hard to really rig the NBA. But I feel like the way they've done it is by just calling every foul and
Yeah.
letting niggas score 60
Man,
like
everybody
it's
starts
20.
that dude, the disgraced ref,
Tim Donaghy.
Tim Donaghy.
Shout out to Tim for
Timmy
being a
is
bum.
a smart man though, bro. Like he's okay. I get it. You
Is
get
he
caught.
smart though? Because he
I
went
get-
to jail.
He
Well,
did.
a lot of smart
He
niggas
did.
go to
A
jail.
lot of
though.
them. But
he just got caught.
he came out. He was like, "All right, I did it." He's like, "But there's a lot of other niggas doing this shit. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one." And it's
He's
human.
the
Like you
only
gotta
one
think.
to go
He's
to
the only one that
jail.
got caught. He's the only one that got caught.
He's the only one
He
who's
really
stupid.
was.
Yeah, and I know how he was doing that, but even
Call
still,
fouls. Call fouls. Or get that one bum ass player that actually starts and like get smart. Get Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart,
Bum
shout out to
ass
Marcus Smart.
nigga, but he
You
starts.
think Marcus is smart
But he
as a bum?
starts. But he
I
starts.
feel like he's nice.
Nice and, on defense and hustling. I'll give you that.
Yeah, he don't be scoring. a
No,
lot.
but he shoots.
I feel like he
He'll
doesn't.
chuck it up and
he
he'll
don't-
miss.
Yeah, but a lot of
Chucks
niggas do
up.
that.
But you know, talk to him about it. You talk to him. Like, hey, bro, you know, you got something going on. You get this extra money. Oh, I just need you to chuck up some more threes a game.
Yeah, I mean,
Every time you get the ball, just shoot it.
I can see that, but then the NBA is literally set up where like the star gets all the touches.
Yeah.
So even if you're like telling a bum nigga to like take over and try to get up extra shots, that way you can try to fix the
But
game.
he's a bum starter though.
Like if he plays for Houston,
But he's still a starter.
Imagine him playing for Houston though and trying to like do point shade and all that. You're not even getting touches being on the
No,
court
you're
with
not.
someone like James
You're
Harden.
cooked. You're cooked.
Exactly. So maybe they're not cheating
cooked.
down in Houston, but like you go to like Memphis or something. You think Memphis got some people on this point shade
Trying to
get that money?
go down.
That you know what's crazy to think of? Like imagine if we all find out in like 10 years that the NFL's been rigged this whole time, the NBA is rigged, all these sports end up being rigged, and you find out that it's all acting. Our world will
Man.
never be the same.
You know, like The Rock. The Rock went from wrestling or from NFL
yeah,
to
Rock is in the
wrestling
NFL.
to the biggest actor in the game right now. And he was pretty much saying how it all lines up.
Bro,
His
there's
career all
no.
lined up.
If I find out that this shit is fake, bro, I'm gonna be upset.
I don't think it's fake, but I believe, like the Sacramento Kings,
Here we go. I was waiting for it.
Like the
Let's talk
Sacramento
about it then.
Kings.
You keep trying to tell
I
me
believe it.
that the Sacramento Kings
There was a narrative.
got cheated out of a championship
Yeah, bro.
in the NBA. Let's hear it,
There
bro.
was a narrative.
Tell them. Didn't I
gotta
tell
think,
y'all? I
bro.
told y'all
You
about
gotta
this on
think.
Tuesday.
Who
I
wants
told
to
y'all
see?
I had to stay
Like he
on
said, he
talking
tried to
about
say,
it.
okay, New Jersey wants to, people they wanted to see, New Jersey would want to see the Nets in the thing. Okay,
So
that's
let's set the
understandable.
stage
I
for
get
people who
that.
are new. So what we're talking about is it's 2002,
2002.
right?
Yes, sir.
2002, the Los Angeles
Conference
Lakers.
finals.
Los Angeles
Conference.
Lakers.
And you know, hold
just
on, before we go
massacred
there,
the New
see,
Jersey
and I didn't
Nets.
want to talk about this because of my guy Kobe. You know, I didn't want to tarnish his name. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to talk about this, but he forced it out of me. And we on some real nigga shit today, so we gonna talk about it. 2002 conference finals.
Here we go.
27 free throw calls in the fourth quarter of a playoff, not even a playoff game, of a conference finals. Can we not let him play? Can you not, like, what?
Listen.
Where'd the whole playoff foul thing come from? If you're
Listen.
not gonna let me play and actually touch this, there was non-calls. There was like no calls that were calls. There were pity pads. There was phantom calls. Phantom.
I went back and I reviewed the tape myself. Now,
By himself, not with anybody else talking.
you showed
watched
me the
it,
tape
yeah,
when
we
you
watched
cut
it
me
and
the
see
other
it, and
day.
it was,
I'm talking about
and he
by
saw,
myself.
and
Anyway,
he saw.
I seen the tape. I'm gonna tell you what happened. There's a lot of missed calls by these referees. That's a
On
part
purpose.
of the game. Now I'm gonna tell you like this: even though the Kings had a really good
Didn't
record that
Tim
year,
do that fucking
they
thing
are
too?
not beating
Was
Kobe
it
and
Donahue?
Shaquille O'Neal.
And the refs.
Oh,
Throw that in there too.
Listen, a couple of bad calls don't mean that they were cheated out of the championship.
20. I'd say 20 bad calls in the fourth.
20 bad calls.
I mean, he shot 20 free throws, 27 of them, so 20 of them at least had to be bad.
Maybe that was at the time when they were starting to transition to NBA.
You know what it was? It was because Pollard was
on
on Sacramento, and they don't fuck with Pollard. Pollard was a beast.
Bro, Scott Pollard was not a beast. Do you know what a beast is?
I mean, Scott
Shaq
Pollard
was a
had
beast.
beastie.
Scott Pollard was not a beast.
He was close, bro. He was a beast. He had heart.
Who's a better player, Brian Scalabrine or Scott Pollard? Because those two players are
Those are in the
comparable.
same.
They're the same player, bro. Don't try to tell me that Scott Pollard was a beast, bro.
I mean, if I gotta pick one of those, then you gotta go with the red.
Watching this,
what he
I
goes
want
by?
you to go Google Scott Pollard, and then
The White Mamba,
know if
right?
you think he's a beast.
You gotta go Scott with the White
Scalabrine
Mamba.
all day.
The White
Red
Mamba.
Mamba. Was he Red Mamba or White Mamba?
One of those. Oh, because he had the red hair.
Yeah, I think he was Red Mamba. I think Kobe gave him.
Didn't he win? Wasn't he like Mr. something of the state?
Bro, do not say that on this show. Was he a Mr. Basketball for real? He might have been though, because he did make it to the league.
Scalabrine was.
I feel like most of the time, if you're Mr. Basketball in your state, you have a good opportunity to go to the league. Look that up. But anyway, so listen, I reviewed the tape myself. There are a lot of missed calls. These refs were bad, but it's Kobe and it's Shaq versus a handful of guys that are good
And
but not great.
They're not gonna not let them in.
Who
wants to see Sacramento and the Nets played in like that?
And that's
Nobody
wanted
to see that.
And that's the part where maybe I could almost believe you, because I know if I'm in charge of the NBA, and I'm thinking about the consumer, and I don't want to hear all these ugly, dusty ass niggas complaining. I'm not gonna let the Sacramento Kings go to the NBA Finals. So I get it, but you know what? It happens to everybody. Let me paint a picture for y'all where the Lakers are in the midst of a dynasty and they have an opportunity to get a great point guard. And the guy who runs the league basically doesn't let the trade happen. And he just so happens to take over partial ownership of the team that point guard played for. So you want to talk about getting cheated? The Lakers have been cheated. We didn't get Chris Paul, and then Kobe's run was over. David Stern did that. You know what? And I bet Kobe up there right now talking to him, being like, I should whoop your ass
Scalabrine was from
behind these
Enumclaw.
gates. Scalabrine's from out here?
Scalabrine went to Enumclaw High School.
Yo, shout out to Scalabrine for being from Enumclaw. Now, for those of you that don't know,
Then he went to High Line.
that is some random dusty place over here in Washington. Enumclaw is not a place for brothers, I don't think. That don't even sound like a place a brother want to go to, if we're just being honest. Scalabrine, what are his career stats? I want to make sure that they're better than Scott Pollard.
Oh God! All right.
Scalabrine, don't let me down, bro, because I really repped you tonight, and I repped you over Scott Pollard.
Yeah, you did. You repped him hard.
But while we wait for him, so we had James on the show tonight because I've been telling y'all that I wanted to get into some of these conspiracy theories. The moon landing, issues with NASA. So
Moon landing was fake.
I still don't know how it feels. I don't know a lot about it. So we started off, first conspiracy was, geared around my man Kobe. Obviously, James is kind of a hater, and I get it. I get it.
No, I'm not. See, there's so many things I just didn't want to say. Talk about it.
It's okay, man. You gotta say it. Plus, you gotta speak up too.
And even
don't be
if
afraid.
you want to talk about conspiracies and Kobe and all that stuff.
Oh no! Don't disrespect Kobe.
Oh no, it's no disrespect, not at all. So, low key, what I was saying, he had a lawsuit against High Tech,
Okay.
the pharmaceutical company,
So apparently Kobe had a lawsuit against a pharmaceutical company
over the Black Mamba, over the name Black
over
Mamba.
the name Black Mamba, and now people are saying that maybe this whole situation was orchestrated by somebody to make sure the lawsuit didn't go through.
It's kind of sketchy. I'm one of those, man.
If we find out that somebody tried to take out Kobe,
You gotta bring in you gotta bring the Grammys in it.
does anybody still watch the Grammys?
Nobody. This was the lowest rated Grammys in the history of the Grammys.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So I didn't even know the Grammys was on.
I forgot that shit even.
I
still
think,
existed.
honestly, no, we had the Grammys on, and we were gonna have it on in here, but something else was on. I think The Fight was on or some random stuff like that.
When did the Grammys happen? It was on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
What was happening on Sunday?
Something else was going
I
on.
mean, obviously, R.I.P.
Sunday?
Cole. That probably was what it was. Wasn't nobody thinking about the? Oh, that's right.
Pro
the
Bowl.
The Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl. And he was
Appreciate it,
watching the
son.
Pro Bowl over the Grammys. And that
Now,
glorified two-hand
now,
touch flag football.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to disrespect anybody that I know that is an NFL player. From a fan's perspective, the Pro Bowl is a top
Trash.
5 worst sporting event in America.
I'd rather watch the NHL All-Star game. At least they do. Yeah, at least they do tricks
That was
with the puck.
heartbreaking to hear.
At least they do tricks with the puck.
Do you think a 7-on-7 football tournament is more interesting than the Pro Bowl?
Low key, they were more interested in that flag football thing that was going on. Like, people were more interested when they said Vic was doing it and they had Chad Johnson out there and all. And it was,
Oh, yeah,
remember
that's
that?
supposed to be lit.
Bro, they were into that more than they were into the than they talk about the Pro Bowl.
Listen, shout out.
Even the AFL was
Oh
more.
yeah, we got the AFL.
The
too,
AFL
right?
was no, it's gone now. They have the
That's
XFL.
right, that's right. Arena, yeah, that's right. XFL.
The
That's
XFL.
starting up. That starts in February. Seattle's even got a
Dudes
team.
were buying season tickets to this Seattle thing for $175. Season tickets.
Damn, I should have got in on that.
I think you still can, honestly. It's just people don't want to be sitting outside in February in this cold weather and watching football.
That's
A bunch
exactly the
of
time when all
no-names.
go. Who's out there playing? Johnny Manziel?
Nah, he didn't get picked up.
Bro, he didn't even get picked up by
Nah.
the XFL, bro. Come
Nah,
on.
you know who else didn't get? Trent Richardson.
You know what? Shout out to Trent Richardson, man. He's from where I'm from.
Should have.
And I want to say this,
And what's
man.
cold is that he was like the #1 rusher in this AFL league.
And you know what's crazy about Trent is everybody had high hopes for him. And he comes from around that same time that my man Doug came out, and then Alfred Morris is also from where he's from. And out of the three of them, Doug got a ring, Alfred was on a good team, and Trent was only good in college. And everybody back where we was from was saying that my brother was garbage and that he wasn't going to make it, and that Trent was going to be the guy. And no disrespect, but a little bit of disrespect. Look at your man now. All you niggas that was
No
telling me that my
disrespect,
man was
but a little
garbage,
bit of
look at your
disrespect.
man now. And then look at my
Dougie
homie.
B got a ring.
I only gotta say that because they really be disrespecting
Yeah.
my guy, and he don't want to come out and say nothing, probably because he don't want to pay y'all no mind. But I don't mind talking shit to y'all because I know no one's gonna do nothing to me. Y'all are mad because Trent didn't make it, didn't have a good career.
Low key, Trent was supposed to be what Derrick Henry is right now.
Exactly,
He really was.
and he's basically what I was to football, garbage.
Shoulda, coulda,
Shoulda,
woulda.
coulda, woulda, exactly. You know what? I should have played football. I probably would have been great, but I know I wouldn't have been great
Man.
because I don't like being outside for too long. That's why I had to quit football in the fucking first place.
Start hooping.
Same thing with baseball. I started hooping because it's air conditioning and you get to play sports. And I was barely good at basketball.
And the females like basketball players
And
more.
females want to be inside. They don't
They
want to be
inside looking
They don't
all
wanna be
skimpy,
outside.
watching on the sideline,
Exactly.
showing ass.
Anyways. So we got an update. We're going to go back to the conspiracy theories, but I want to shout out my man DeAndre Arnold. I did a story on him where he's a high school student at a high school in Texas, and they won't let my man graduate because he refuses to cut his dreads. And so what I did a couple weeks ago on the show is I actually called the superintendent of schools, and I left him a nasty little voicemail, talked a little bit of shit. I was kind of respectful. I didn't cuss him out, you know, but I did kind of give him a piece of my mind because he was saying he didn't want to be bullied into reversing the decision and changing the policy. But my thing is this. If my man's been growing his dreads since the 7th grade, and that's technically the same school that he's been at since 7th grade, why did you not have a problem with it until now?
Jump.
So,
Because he's winning.
obviously, all these people are sharing it. We're talking about it on the show. It's being played on all these major networks. And then obviously you know who comes to the rescue, Ellen. And Ellen gave my man $20,000 worth of scholarship money. So that way, y'all niggas want to play and you don't want to give him his degree, let him walk at graduation and try to hinder his college opportunities. Ellen is not finna let that shit happen.
He got money.
So she has a lot of money, which I feel like 20K is a little bit light. Ellen, come on. You know you had at least 25 on you. So 25, books ain't cheap, my nigga. So, but 20K is good. DeAndre should be off to a good start. I'm sure other people are gonna donate money. And my man has the grades to get any scholarship available. His school is trying to play him. And that's why we're talking about it. I don't like that shit, man.
while we're on the school thing,
Let's
so
hear it.
I got this thing like brewing. Can't really say it started yet. It's been brewing for a minute.
Okay.
Can't even say it's been brewing for a minute.
Yeah, rep your projects,
because
bro. Go ahead.
I low-key had an epiphany. That's what did it say? You know?
An epiphany, yeah.
An epiphany, you know? But, so I got a phone call the other day from my son's school. And they hit me with, like, hey, Mr. Smith, father of Prince? Yes, that is me. What can I do for you?
Not actual Prince. if
No,
y'all
not
wondering
actually.
that.
But he is named after Prince.
That's
That is the
dope.
reason why his name is Prince. You know, it's my guy. But
He's
so,
not wearing chaps to school, though.
not at all.
Okay.
No, he's wearing Chucks, Cortezes, and
Lit.
Old Navy.
He keeps his little man laced. I respect that.
So I get this phone call saying that my man's is $9 in debt.
Ooh,
and I'm
don't
like-
even get me started on this lunch
And I'm
shit.
like, what do you mean he's in debt? They're like, yeah, he's $9 in debt from his lunch. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure. I start thinking, I'm like, okay, well, I calculate, you know, I think I'm low-key good at math. Thought I calculated, you know, his lunch correctly. But I didn't calculate these damn snow days that we so-called had. So snow days happen. I don't want to, he goes to school kind of, you know, a little further than where I live, so I let him stay at his mom's house for those snow days so he can just go to school in the morning.
Yeah.
So his mother puts him on the school bus those days that he's there, so he gets to school earlier. So he ends up having breakfast.
Okay.
I didn't calculate that in because I didn't know. So obviously, you know, they're gonna feed him and they're gonna bill him. So they feed him and they bill him, and they're like, okay, well now this is accumulating to $9. He goes to school up in like the Highlands, so $9 is like $50 to them. You know, in Tacoma you probably got like $75 thing. They ain't gonna fuck with you too bad.
Yeah.
So I call, or you know, I go on whatever, I upload some money into his account, nothing, you know, good to go about my business. Then I start thinking about, okay, well, how many kids don't have a father that can do that?
Yeah, that's very true.
That's
a lot of
able
kids who
to
don't have that
just
support.
like, oh man, sorry bro, didn't know. Let me load up your lunch account.
Yeah.
You know, so now you got kids that are, there's a lot of kids that won't eat because their parents told them like, hey bro, they might be feeding you, but I'm being charged
Yeah, that's true.
and I ain't got the money. So now you're shading your kids. Now your kids don't want to go to school feeling bad and eat the food, so they're telling their teachers or them that, hey, I'm good, I'll eat when I get home, or I had a big breakfast, I'm not hungry, you know, something like that. But low key, you know, little Billy in the corner starving,
Yeah, I don't
watching
like
my son grub down on a full course meal.
Billy. The food ain't even that good for
It's
him.
really not, but bruh, it's better than the rice
Better-
cakes
it's better than not
that she
eating.
was going to eat.
You know
or
what
the
I'm gonna tell you?
saltines.
What I don't like about this is I don't like it. This is a situation where it's adults who manage money and yet somehow haven't figured out a way
Get these
where the
kids
kids
food.
can have free
But we can get
food.
these, but we get our inmates food. Inmates
Yeah,
get food.
inmates get free food, all this type of
Shout
stuff.
out to the inmates that are incarcerated for no damn reason.
Yeah,
Shout out to the
them.
inmates that are incarcerated for a little weed charge, but weed is legal in half of the motherfucking states that we live in.
And that's a whole nother topic.
Mm-hmm.
But the lunch thing is crazy because we have these adults who claim that they manage money and they're supposed to be making good decisions, but yet can't seem to figure out a way to make sure that our kids can eat for free. And that way every kid is able to come to school. If they need breakfast, they need lunch, they need a snack, all that shit should be common.
Should be
you know?
common.
We got food banks, we got all kinds of restaurants in every area.
Instead
There's
of
no way in hell
Calling my
people
phone
can't
talking
donate this
about
money.
we have a skate night or we have a taco feed.
Don't invite me to
or
none
all,
of that
like,
shit.
What's the point? Put that money towards a school lunch. It's pretty simple.
We gotta figure that out, man. I've talked
Pretty
about the
simple.
school lunch debt on my show
I got
probably
this,
like
but,
six
but,
times.
But anyway, sorry, we got off track a little bit. What,
Oh,
what I got
an
going
idea.
on, I was gonna do a GoFundMe, but that's not gonna be big enough.
Yeah, I don't think
GoFundMe won't be
is
big
really
enough.
lit
Those are
anymore.
honestly, those are for scammers, in my opinion. You
Yeah,
know,
that's what most people
A lot
do
of
with
scammers do
GoFundMe.
them.
Send
So,
money to my GoFundMe for the show.
I'm really trying to get a fundraiser started that we can start getting this. At least, you know, I'm gonna start with my kids at school so I can get the average, find out what the average debt is for each kid, or just the average in general. Pay that off, but then I also want to start a nonprofit
Okay.
to where you just start feeding. You know, you get the kids that need it. You can just start taking it out of this nonprofit. So this nonprofit is feeding the kids pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of the celebrities that do donate to the schools and all that stuff, they literally donate to the schools. There's not a fund that they can donate to that is looking out for all of the school lunch debts that's out there.
Okay.
You know, a lot of them, like Richard Sherman did. You know, Richard Sherman gave a lot of money.
Yeah,
to schools.
Sherm just pulled up to some schools and was like, "Here's the
You gotta
money,
think,
run it."
it was just for that. And where'd that money go?
Yeah, you never know, because again, we have these
whose
adults who
pocket
are
did it line?
greedy as shit, and they want to
Whose
take the
pocket
money
did it
and keep it
line?
for themselves.
What happened to it? I get it. It's, you know, tax write-offs for these people, tax write-off for this person.
But you know
But
what? A person
what
who
about the
has the type of pull that like Sherm has, if they play, if someone like that went into the schools, they could probably be like, "I'm gonna give you this money, but I want to watch you go into the program and clear out the debt based on the money that I provide, and I'm gonna give you the exact amount." I bet they could have that type
They
of pull.
could.
I would,
They
for a
could.
situation like that, I'm never gonna walk
They
in and
could.
just hand somebody the check. I
But
want to
like
see you.
the
do
problem
it.
that I have with all that is that it would just be for that one school.
Yeah, that's true. We gotta get to where the school
It's
district
a
and
big,
try to really
like,
go into that.
that's
I bet. I wonder that number's probably
It's
crazy.
ridiculous.
500,000.
You already know it's ridiculous. So if I can just start with just the local kids, you know, just my son's schools,
Yeah.
and see, you know, and then get that going and get that ball.
What school
rolling, let
district is
them
your
know.
son in?
He's in the Renton / Newcastle. He goes to Sierra Heights Elementary.
All right, goes to Sierra Heights Elementary. Okay. So right now, I got my manager on the phone. Steph, I can't hear you replying because I'm just talking into the phone, but we're talking about school lunch debt. And so my man James is here. We're doing the show, and he's gonna try to get a fundraiser going, and we want to try to clear some of the school lunch debt out. So,
Anything, all
Steph,
starts
we
with one
go
school.
online when you have a second and post on the show's page, and we are really going to start pushing to try to clear school lunch debt, and we need people to reach out if they would like to help us. And this
Please.
is something I want to get
Real
working
big.
on.
You can stop by the barbershop, come through.
Yeah, we're at Pound for
Talk
Pound
to us.
Barbershop in
We're in
Kent,
Kent.
so you can put that on there. Tell them to come through Pound for Pound and talk to James. All right. All right, bet. I don't know what Steph's doing. Anyway,
Thanks, Steph.
This is our show, man. My show, I do whatever I want on here. So I called Steph. She's listening. You're actually the only person getting to hear this until the recording drops. So shout out to you. She not listening.
Okay, she's just driving.
Anyway, so like I said, we're gonna work on that. I think that's gonna be important because one thing I want to make sure that if something tragic happened to me, or maybe I'm lucky and I live till I'm 90, I still want the legacy that's left to be that we help the people that needed to be helped. And that includes our kids. How do you expect kids to make good, intelligent, informed decisions if they can't be fed and they're not healthy and none of that type of shit? We
On
gotta
the
feed
food
them.
healthy flash, now, did you see what they're trying to switch the lunch kids' foods to? You know they're
Nah.
trying to say pasta. They're trying to say pasta as long as it's made out of veggie something, it's considered a vegetable.
Okay. I mean, what are they serving on the pasta? Just butter and noodles? That's
Yeah,
what
pretty
kids
much.
be eating?
Well, pretty much. But it's
Oh,
like that's
man,
how
I
are you gonna
hate to be
replace
a
that?
kid right now.
Now we replace another lunch with more pizza and chicken nuggets.
Steph, you probably can't hear me that good because the phone is just sitting on the table.
Right now, I couldn't hear what you guys were talking about. And we're talking about lunch.
We're talking about the school lunch debt. And so go on the show's page and post that we're looking for people to join in our efforts to clear out the school lunch debt all around King County. And we want any and everybody, even if it's people just donating $1. That's one more dollar than what some of these little kids have. And we want to make sure that people are not being pushed away when they're trying to eat food. Our kids can't function properly.
It's just
if
crazy.
they're
You know
not
they
being fed.
so they want what they want. They won't like not feed your kid, but you know they'll like take the hot food away from them and they give them the whack ass.
Oh, I know.
Like
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and only
them
dusty
sack
niggas
lunches
like me
that
like
you
that
got
shit,
when you
yeah.
went to on them field
Exactly.
trips.
That's what they're giving you.
And like, so how do you
It's a PB&J,
feel?
or it's not even a PB&J. It's
It's
a cheese
not, bro. It's a
sandwich,
cheese.
bro.
It's a jailhouse sandwich, bro.
Oh.
It's a jailhouse sandwich
Why are our prisoners getting treated
with
better
old
than
man. It's not even
children?
mayonnaise. It's salad dressing.
Yo, stop. Stop. I'm
salad
That's
dressing
not even mayonnaise.
and bologna. Like they don't even
Yeah.
fry the bologna.
They
Like if
give
you're gonna
him-
give me bologna, at least fry it.
They're giving these little niggas bologna
You know,
sandwiches.
bologna and celery sticks, old celery sticks.
Yo, we're lit.
It's
This
ridiculous.
show is crazy. to
It
me.
don't make no sense. But like, you know, my guy Prince is eating teriyaki bites and and fruit cups. And he's like, yo, Dad, I got a juice. I'm like, all right, bro, you know that cost me $1 too, bro. So now I'm paying
Damn.
$5 a day for him to eat lunch.
Why are kids costing $5?
$5 a day to
How's
eat
Red
lunch.
Robin
And low
giving
key,
you the
I'm
food
pretty
for
sure
free
that they
with
say
the
that's
school lunch?
reduced. That's a reduced lunch.
Nah, F that, bro.
What like? So what am I supposed to be paying if he wasn't reduced? If his
$7, $8,
low key, if his
$10?
mama didn't lie on our damn account, like what would we be paying?
Man, you really calling your baby mom out on the show?
Yeah, like we gotta
Alright,
do.
bet.
This is real.
Since we taking it there, I mean, I don't have
It's
one of
real
those.
shit.
So you know what? Listen, lady, I don't
Yeah.
know you.
Bro,
So
if we-
if you want to come back, don't come for me.
hey,
come
no,
for
it
him.
is what it is. She knows what it is. And if we would have told the truth, we would have been paying $10 a day for this nigga to eat lunch. We wouldn't be able to pay for lunch. He would have been. We would have had to like bring pizza for him or McDonald's to eat lunch.
They gonna find your ass.
Fine,
Yo.
hey, they find me.
Listen.
My name ain't on this shit.
I'm gonna tell you. When I have kids, if the school try to play me with this lunch thing, I'm coming for y'all.
Hey, bro.
And I will kick the door in.
Too late.
I've been known to
Too
kick
late.
the door
I got the
in.
phone call over $9. My guy was $9 in debt.
No, you know what? If they call me
Bruh,
about $9,
they hit me up. They was leaving messages.
I'm coming in. I'm leaving.
They were like,
pennies
"Excuse me,
on
Mr.
the
Smith.
desk, all right.
Prince is $9 in debt. What are you gonna do about this? Cash or credit?"
So that's what's crazy to me. It's $9, fam. $9.
$9.
That's no money. I know it adds up if you start factoring. There's a ton of kids. I get it, but you really can't waive $9 for a kid. Come on. And 75 cents.
But then you want them to start selling stuff. You want to start selling
Steph
candy
you
bars.
got an email over 75 cents.
Yeah, I did. 75 cents.
75 cents, people.
75 cents. They got an email. I can't believe it. I
And
cannot
it's okay,
believe it.
because I lied too. I lied too. to
See,
get the
tell him, Steph. Tell him, Steph.
I don't blame y'all for
You know,
lying to
and that's
get
sad that
food
we
this
have to
long.
because we don't even make that much money.
Yeah,
And
what-
that's what's cold. We don't even make that much money. All
have a
I've been
lot
seeing
of-
like the last week, you know, on Facebook and all this stuff when they start telling you per state how much you need to make to be able to live.
yeah.
Nobody in Washington makes enough money to live alone.
Yeah, that's true. I think we got to make like 75,000.
You have to make
a year.
$75,000 a year to live in the Seattle area,
Bro,
and that's just rent. That's just living.
I'm almost there too. I mean, it's
That's
not
just
close,
living. Can I
but
get a loan?
I'm closer to 75 than
Shit.
0. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm not cool with that, man.
Cold world, bro.
So
It's a cold world.
listen, since we have Steph on the phone, like I said, she's gonna send out a post, and we're gonna try to get a bunch of people. To
It's
ride
like
with
it's
us.
like you're teaching kids that you're teaching kids too early about having bad credit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how
What
I
do you
feel.
about that.
You're teaching kids already on how to have bad credit because,
Yeah.
like, unlike me, you know, I'm not gonna come to my
Sorry,
son.
it's loud, y'all.
you know.
They got a compressor machine that's going on.
I'm
So
not
if you're
gonna
hearing that on the tape. It's just-
holler at
it'll go.
my son about this debt that he caused, but that's not me. But these other parents,
I would have to. I'd be
these
like,
other
son,
parents are gonna holler at their kid and be like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing?
Son, you got to get a job.
What are you doing in life that you're in debt $9,
You need a paper route.
guy?" Like
Or
that's
a
what I'm
lemonade
saying.
stand.
And he's gonna hit me like, "Yo, Dad, I'm sorry, man. I just wanted a couple Lunchables and a damn fruit snack."
What's gonna cost you, son?
Hey, bro, what do you do? Do I check him?
Yeah,
Do I check him then?
I think you got to check them a little bit. Nah, you know, I mean,
exactly.
there ain't no
See?
point in checking a
It's
child
cold,
over
bro.
in school.
It's
lunch.
cold, but see, and I wouldn't, but there are parents that do that. So those kids that do, then they're sitting in the cut. So then, little story. So
Let's hear it.
little Billy, I mean, I'm gonna call him little Billy because you know I don't really know his
We don't
name or
wanna say
whatnot.
kids'
you
names
know?
on the show like
but
that.
little Billy's in the cut. My son's friend. Billy didn't get no lunch.
Damn.
You know, but Billy told his teacher, like, "Yo, I'm good. My mom took me to IHOP this morning. I got a full belly." So Billy's off in the corner. I had to give my son a hot lunch this time. So I gave him all the leftovers, bro. We had the Rock the night before, so he had a meat lovers pizza, like 2 meat lovers pizza.
So hold on. Let me say, his name is Prince,
Yes.
and my man is showing up to school eating like royalty
Hey,
in
bro.
front of these other kids.
Hey.
You want to talk about disrespect? Level 10,000.
Hey, not my fault, but I mean low key. But check it out. But his other friends to the right of him is getting the school lunch with the teriyaki bites, with the Go-Gurt,
And
with the
little
good
Billy
stuff.
didn't get nothing?
And Billy's to my son to the left, and he ain't getting nothing because Billy had told his teacher that he was good. But low key, what had really was going on? Billy's dad had told him, "Hey, bro, you're charging me $5 a day for you to be able to eat like this."
That's heartbreaking, bro. My
So-
man lied and said that he had eaten because he didn't
So here
want
I
to
go.
cost his parents more
So
money.
with my son, my oldest, I raised, his name's Prince. I raised him like a prince. I let him know, like, hey, bro, this is your life.
It was.
You're good. You're a black prince. Like, this is what we do. So
Why
he
you
was
gotta be black though? You
because
can't
that's
just
what
be a
he
regular
is.
prince. That's fine.
The day and age that we live in. The day and age that we live in. I gotta
Yeah,
big
no,
him
you're
up.
right. You gotta big him up.
I gotta be his biggest cheerleader. So I always tell Prince, like, hey, bro, you need to sharing. He always tells me sharing is caring. And I'm like, all right, bro, whatever you say. I'm like, hey, just don't let your peoples. If you eat, your team eats.
Okay, yeah, teach
You
them
know,
young, man.
if you eat, your team eats. So his
'Cause if
guy,
not, when you get to middle school, they're gonna jump you for that.
his
shit.
man Billy needed to eat, so Prince gave him a lot of his food. So then I come and pick Prince up. I pick Prince up. I'm a real nigga. That's what I do. It is what it is.
I love that he said that.
I picked Prince up. Prince is like, Dad, I'm hungry. And I went back and I'm like, bro, did you not eat? You see what I brought you? Like, what do you mean you ain't eat? You know how much, like, what do you mean can you get McDonald's? I'm like, oh. I'm like, bro, what do you mean you did, like, I packed your food. And then he continues to tell me, he's like, yeah, Dad, sorry, woo woo. He's like, skirt. Pump your brakes, Dad, hold on.
Yeah, of course.
Billy didn't get no food. I gave Billy a slice of my pizza, a slice of my cheese bread,
That's respect.
gave him
man.
my juice box.
Oh, and gave him the
Gave
juice.
him the juice box.
Man, I'll tell you, when I was his age, I wasn't giving nobody the juice.
Ain't get
box,
nothing,
bro.
bro.
That
You can
was
have all the
mine.
pizza.
You have all that
Juice box
pizza.
is cool, So
My Capri
I had
Sun.
to, like you said, I had to pump my brakes. Like, all right, bro, my fault. I'm sorry. Is your man good? Was he good? He's like, yeah, Dad, he's good. We ate and then we went outside and we hooped. Bet. All right. Skirt. Burger King. Here we go. What do you want? Chicken
That
fries.
sounds good.
Let's go.
Not so good.
Not at all. I didn't even know they still made chicken fries.
Chicken fries are nasty as hell.
I didn't even know they made chicken fries. But my guy Prince was like, yo, Dad, I want chicken fries. So we got the chicken fries, the little 16-ounce freezy. And we were straight. But long story short, we need to figure out this school lunch thing for the kids. If we
Yeah,
can feed our inmates, we can feed our little minions.
Yeah.
That
So Steph,
doesn't make any
we're
sense.
gonna start working now on that. Okay, we gotta help my man James get this fundraiser up the
And
ground.
thank you, Steph, for listening to
Well,
my ranting.
Yeah, we'll find a way to get the Meaningful Jackson show to sponsor this. Even if, obviously that means I'm gonna just pay money out of my pocket, but I'll try to throw, a couple $100 to some
Something,
school
man.
lunch dinner or something
Matter,
like that. We can
$25,
do that.
$20, Cash App.
And then we'll start it off like that. So we just need to send a post out on the show's page whenever you get a chance, and then let them know that that's what we're doing.
I'll do that as soon as I get home.
Hey,
Thank you. Steph,
Good
what school district are you in?
yeah, tell them where you live at.
White River School District.
Where is that?
River.
White River, Buckley.
White River, Buckley.
And and Buckley is, may I say,
Are there black people out there?
may I say, very light out there.
Is there black,
lightly
hold on,
complexion?
Hold on, is there black people in Buckley?
Yeah.
There's niggas out there.
There's a
bro?
couple. There might be a couple.
No, I really got excited though one day because I was thinking myself, and I said, okay, you guys are great.
See, that's bad when somebody gets excited when they see like 1.5 black, because the one person that's black, the kid is half. There's no black couples. Sorry, there's no beautiful black couples in Buckley,
But I
Washington.
actually kept
And you live in you live in Ording, Washington?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ording.
Ording.
What the fuck is a Ording?
What is it? Where is the Ording? Is that by
It's
Tacoma, Tack?
Or Lake and Swallow.
Okay, I know a Bonnie Lake. I know Bonnie Lake. So, I used to. Fun fact.
I'm not going over to those.
I used to work for a place called Lululemon. So, I used to work for Lululemon, the warehouse.
This guy, I didn't know that.
Man.
Oh, in Sumner.
Yes, Stephanie, you might be. We in here. Trying to tell you. So, check it out. So,
Steph on the phone.
I was literally to this day the blackest person that's ever worked for Lululemon in the history of
Y'all
Lululemon.
see how black
In the
he
history,
is? I'm not surprised.
I am the nigga. I am that person. I was that dude. You out, boss? Be safe.
All right, big dog.
brother.
Be safe out there,
Good
man.
seeing you.
Yes, sir.
So I used to work for the warehouse, and then I was the dude, and I was still. That was when I was collecting shoes,
Yeah.
doing all the stuff.
Doing the
So
shoe thing.
what happens with Lulu, Loki? So Loki, Lululemon is borderline a cult. Borderline cult. I can say that because I work for them. So what they do.
Let me slide. Oh, no,
What happens is you get hired on. Yeah. We gonna let it out. We gonna let it out right now. The Henny's flowing. Red Bull's on me.
Oh, man.
So what happens is when you work for the warehouse, they hire you on through a temp agency.
Okay.
They hire you on through a temp agency.
Pulling up through the temp agency.
So the reason why they hire you through a temp agency is because so they can let you go when they want to.
Yeah, my old job in Pensacola.
So I've
used to
seen
do that.
people.
Shout out to MRE,
I've seen people
baby.
get put on, come in one day, and then they're fired the next day.
Yeah, I used to do that.
And
too
so
all the time.
the reason why what they'll tell you is because you don't have the Lululemon culture. That's what they'll tell you.
What's the first?
You don't
few
have the
letters of
Lululemon culture.
Didn't-
Cult. Trying to tell y'all, this is what they do. So
What is?
I'm in
what is
there.
Lululemon. What is that? That sound
Lululemon's
like
the #1 yoga apparel company in the world.
Oh, fam, I'm not.
They don't advertise.
I don't do yoga. So
I don't do yoga anymore either. But the clothes. This is Lulu.
Oh, it's clothes.
Clothing.
Okay.
Yes. The
Gotcha.
apparel.
I didn't know that.
#1 apparel company, yoga apparel company in the world.
Okay.
So, but what they do, they hire you through the tip agency. If you don't have the culture, they won't hire you on. What the
So
culture
what-
is,
okay, go ahead.
pretty much, if you're at the warehouse, what they do, you're able to. We had a basketball league, so what they want you to participate in the basketball league.
None of those niggas
So
can
then
hoop.
you have to clock out. You clock out, do the hoop, you hoop, do whatever. Then you clock in, and you can make up your hours or whatnot. Then you have yoga in the morning before work, and then in the middle of the. So you get there before work. So they want you to. They just want to know that you're in it.
Y'all have like bunk beds and shit that y'all.
I
sleep
mean,
in?
low key, you should have had. They should have, and then you get to go to
Fam,
this
sound
place.
like you had a summer camp, but
Bro,
where you gotta
so-
work. This sound like the movie
Sad to say,
Heavyweight.
check this out. There's this place called the Landmark Forum. Landmark Forum is a place where it's an ex-Scientologist.
Oh, that's
made
all I
this.
need to hear.
An ex-Scientologist is the founder of this place. So you go there after you're put on full time. This is only after you're put on full time at Lululemon. So after you jump through the ropes, after you low key, what I've told somebody, how I got on, I checked my nigga at the door. That's how I got on full time. They're like, "How did you get in there?" I'm like, "Oh shit, bro. I played the role. I checked my nigga at the door."
Sometimes
And
you
I
gotta
became-
do that.
you gotta be a
man.
team player.
Yeah, sometimes you
Because-
gotta do that. If you want the money,
Especially if you're working for a Canadian company.
oh, they're from Canada.
They're Canadian.
Canada?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Canada, yeah.
But that's what they do. So that you go there and you go to this Landmark Forum, which is a Scientologist place pretty much, and they tear you down.
Was Tom Cruise there?
Somebody was there. Some white dude was there telling me that I was doing wrong. So he pretty much tells you, he tells you that everything that you're doing in life is wrong, and that.
Damn, I already know that.
And then when you come back, they're like, okay, but bet there's a way out of it. If you just follow these simple instructions, you too can be enlightened.
What are the instructions?
Bro, I don't know. I didn't stay for that shit. I shook.
You know what? I probably would have stayed just to get the information.
Nah, I shook.
and
My
then
son was being
expose
born.
them.
I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Miss me with all that. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't blame you for that.
And
that
then
doesn't sound like something.
I had
anybody would
that. I had that dream, and I had a dream about being a barber, and that's why I started cutting.
Okay, so that's how you show. So I met you back in 2015,
Hooping.
playing in a basketball
With
league
my
at the
guy.
YMCA. Shout out to Chris Dunford.
Chris
Chris
Dunford.
Dunford was who introduced us. James played on one of the teams in this basketball league that I ran.
Shout out to Spokane, where me and Chris met. Spokane, Washington. I'm sorry if you
Shout
still
out-
live there.
Shout out to Spokane.
If you're there, get out.
So we know there's a couple people we know in Spokane.
Get out. Because
Yeah, we've
it
been
is like
trying to-
get out.
We've been trying to get them to come over this way.
Just fuck with us for the one time.
I don't know why. I've never been to Spokane, but I have a lot of friends who have lived there, been there. I
And
don't
they
know
left.
why people live in Spokane.
Because it's a good place to raise your kids. If you're a drug dealer, you can sell a lot of drugs there
Whoa.
and make a lot of money
And
there.
just to be clear, we don't condone the
We do
selling
not
of
condone
drugs. Don't condone that.
But that's why a lot of people do move to Spokane.
So Compton.
Yes, yes.
she said
yes.
Spoke Compton.
Steph
That's
has
not
been
the
there.
first time that
Steph
I've heard
has
that.
been there. That's why.
You know what's funny?
She knows these
Steph,
words.
I'm going to tell you, it's funny because Cheese was in Spokane for a long time, and she said that to me like 2 weeks ago. She called it that. That's crazy because I didn't know people called it that until I heard you say it.
I mean,
heard her
like
say it.
real life, people shooting, people die in Spokane.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. I've never been to Spokane.
People
I'm not
get
ever
shot in
coming to
Spokane.
Spokane. People tell me, "Hey man, when you gonna come to Spokane?"
We're
Why
not.
would I come to Spokane?
We're not.
What does Spokane have to offer? Every time
Nothing.
someone brings up Spokane to me,
My
I
mom
feel
lives
like
in
it's kind of
Spokane.
racist because they say, "Hey, you look like you play basketball. You should come to Spokane
For what?
for Hoop Fest."
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
fam. My
Hoop Fest is
knees
dope.
are too janky to play outside. I'm not going to Spokane for an outdoor basketball tournament. If you actually know me and you love me, you understand that I don't like being outdoors in the summer. It's too damn hot. I can't afford to be any more black than this, okay? So I'm not coming to Spokane. Stop asking me
Oh
that
man,
shit.
but it's but low key, like you don't. We're too old to be going to Spokane for Hoop Fest to ball.
I'm not doing
But
that. But if I go,
we can go out and kick it. Spokane is.
no, I'm not doing that. I don't
You
kick
can.
it.
You
But
can.
I'll go.
You come with
if
me.
I go
we'll
to
hang out.
Hoop,
We'll be
I'm
straight.
coming back with a trophy.
You mean you're coming back with a T-shirt?
They don't even have a trophy?
You come back. I mean, no. Actually, hold on. Because he would come with. He would be on the elite. He would play on the elite court, the Nike elite court. So
Because I'm elite. Or
he
maybe
would.
because I'm just taller than
be
6
there.
feet.
But he would. The thing is, like, they bring out like Team Atlanta. They have Team
Trash.
Paris.
Trash.
They have Team New York.
Trash.
There's teams that really come out here and play.
Trash.
They, and it is what it is.
I'm saying that
we
I've
have the
never seen
East Side
any of
crew
these
from
niggas. I don't
Spokane.
know. They might be
Dude from
nice.
ES, they really play. There's an ES crew from Spokane. These niggas really play. We've all grew up. We all hooped together when we were young. Niggas will bust ass out there. Spokane, man, look, Spokane got some hoopers, bro.
Man, I don't
Spokane
know,
really
man.
has some hoopers.
I
They
know
really
that
do.
there are hoopers in the Pacific Northwest. There's a lot of
And there's
great
some in Spokane.
players that come
Not
here.
all of them come from Seattle.
And
Not
they're
all of them come from
surrounding areas.
Garfield. Not
But
all of them come from Beach. Not
Let
all of
me-
them come from it is.
Let me say
not
this.
all of them come from these places.
I'm gonna say this. I have people tell me all the time there's all these great hoopers, and I'm sure you guys were good. But anytime any of these people come to the places where I hoop, which is just janky ass LA Fitness,
I'm not hooping in LA Fitness right now. I'm not
they're
breaking
not
my ankles.
that good,
I'm not breaking
alright?
my ankles
that's all I wanted to say about it.
for somebody that thinks they're gonna make it to the league at 24-hour fitness or at fucking LA. Like, if low key, like, our guy.
He's not a good hooper. That's why he's talking.
Oh, bust ass.
That's why he's talking like that.
You know
Bust
what,
his
low
own
key? Hey,
ass.
you know what? I'm not even gonna like
Steph, you hear
gas
this? My man talking
myself
like
right
he's a
now
hooper.
about hooping because I ain't hooped in years. But when I was that guy. Niggas know I was that man. I was Hoop Fest royalty. Yeah, I used to do this shit, bro.
I'm dead. He said who first royalty? You know what? I'm not even mad at that. I like that you said that.
You can't knock that.
I like
can't
that you
knock
said
that.
My man
Because
says Hoop Fest royalty.
hey, where else is the biggest 3-on-3 tournament in the world held? Other than
Well,
Spokane.
Technically, that's the only place.
It's the only place. In the world, Craig. Top flight. Top flight basketball of the world.
I'm not sure who he's yelling at. But,
The entities. The entities.
Man, okay. So we went off track a little bit, but
we're still on track in life.
Since we're talking about basketball, let's get into Knicks versus Grizzlies last night. And I want to ask a question. So, in a basketball game, when niggas are up 20, 30 points, are you somebody that gets mad when people are still shooting the ball even though they got a big lead?
That's not my fault. Your ass can't play D.
All
It's
right.
not my fault that you lily-gagged this pass in.
We got folks calling. Let me get into my rant real quick while he answers the phone. So, I'm going to say this. Last night, we had Knicks versus Grizzlies. My man Jay Crowder goes to shoot a three-pointer with about 50 seconds left while they're up like 22. Elfrid Payton gets upset. No one's playing defense while my man is shooting the ball. And then they decide to push my man out of bounds to kind of start, a NBA fight, which is people just pushing and shoving, guys just trying to be close to each other and, hug it up. They're not actually fighting. None of these niggas be fighting. They're not fighters. So he gets mad, he pushes him, and then everybody's saying that they're upset because my man took the shot when they were already up 20, the game was already over. But this is my thing about it. You're an NBA basketball player if you play for the New York Knicks. It's not the Grizzlies' fault that you guys didn't show up to play. You're getting blown out. That's your own fault. You didn't bring it tonight. You're probably not playing hard enough. And at the time when my man took the three-pointer, no one was even playing defense. So if you're upset that he stole the inbound and then took a shot, you really need to smack yourself in your own face. Because you guys are garbage. You have not put a good basketball product on the floor since 1999. Well, that's not true, because Carmelo had some good years. So for like 2 years, you guys were pretty good. But prior to that, you ain't been good since 1999. And we got guys that's really out here trying to start fights because of niggas shooting a three-pointer. I'm going to tell you this. If you're a Knicks fan, you should be ashamed of yourself. And when you see some of these players on the street, you should want to kick their ass for the way they've been acting. Because this is garbage. The New York Knicks are garbage. Literally after the brawl,
you see them chanting,
they were
sell the
chanting,
team.
sell the team after the brawl. Your
Sell
own
the
fans don't even respect you.
Okay.
You don't even respect yourselves. Y'all, if you fight and you're upset when a nigga shoots shots when you're up 30,
play the
you're
devil's
garbage for
advocate
that,
on
bro.
that. So, there's unwritten rules in everything in life, right? So
You missed me with that.
they
shit.
did.
No, I know. That's
They
not.
do
I'm saying
say-
in general.
They do say like, all right, bro, I get it. You're up 20 points. You're up 18 points. You're up 10 points.
I get
30
that.
seconds left. What's the point?
What is the point?
What's
But at
the point of
same time,
chucking it up?
What is the point of getting mad? You're already the game is
You already
over.
lost. You already caught a L.
Lost. What's the difference between 22
Okay, but
points
why?
and
But
25 points?
why do you got to pad your stats on me though?
I don't even know if he's padding stats.
But
Like,
you are. Why are you gonna shoot it?
The ball is
Because
meant-
in your eyes, you're
listen,
wide open.
The ball is meant to be shot. If I don't shoot it, am I
But
playing
there's
basketball?
also a shot clock.
And there was like 18 seconds left on that motherfucker when he pulled it too. So no, I get it. He didn't,
I mean, just to play the
listen,
opposite side. But I mean, Loki. But I'm with you. Like, I'm a play to the end of the whistle. Play to the end of the
That's
to the
what
clock.
I'm saying. You just
I
keep
get
playing.
it. Like
It's
I
your
understand.
job.
Like get it. Y'all are paid millions of dollars. You're paid millions of dollars for a reason. Play the
Yeah,
game.
I think you should play.
Play the game.
I see why people would get mad, but
You know?
I think it's corny when people get upset when teams are in this. It happens in football, happens in basketball,
Yeah.
happens in baseball.
Yeah.
I hate
When
it
somebody
when
kneels
teams
the
are
game,
up.
when nails the ball, and somebody will still try to
Yeah,
bust
then
through and
football,
bust
like,
they.
I get it. There's all these unwritten rules. I probably would be the main violator if I was in the NBA because I'll still be getting up shots until the clock goes. And the only reason I'm going to tell you why I would do that. One, I know nobody in the NBA is going to kick my ass because none of these niggas can fight. And two, my thing would be this, fam. If you didn't want me to shoot these shots, you should have kicked my ass like I did to yours on this basketball
top.
court. Excuse me. There ain't no point in getting mad. You both show up to play.
Same
you start
concept.
the game at the same time.
Same
one of you
concept,
wins, one
different
of you
sport.
loses.
Remember when they was mad at Cam Newton for dancing after he was scoring touchdown, and he
That's
was
what I'm
like, "Yo, bro,
saying.
stop me!
You gotta stop it.
If you don't want me to dance, Ha, ha.
You don't want people to
stop
shoot the
me.
ball.
Like
You don't want people to shoot the ball on you when you're down 20. Make the game more competitive.
Makes sense.
Y'all shouldn't be out
Makes
there
sense.
starting fights. I think the same thing about the Kansas versus Kansas State game. Buddy got mad that he got blocked and dude
Bro.
stood over him. They want to start a fight.
You stole it.
You were down 30.
you stole the ball.
You
And what did you not
listen.
want me to block it?
It ain't even about that.
So you
It's-
steal it,
listen,
and you just want me to let you go up and fucking do it. No,
It's
bro,
the
I'm gonna
fact-
toss your shit.
It's the fact that they didn't even show up to play. They didn't put a good product on the floor. They have no right to get upset and start a fight because someone's taking a shot at the end of the game or blocking a shot at the end of the game. That shit is corny. Show up better, more prepared, and ready to actually compete. If you don't do that, you don't deserve to be out there. Like, y'all exerted more energy trying to fight than you did actually trying to play.
Actually putting up a fight in the game.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
It's pathetic.
It's crazy.
What else I got? So I got.
We went off track.
So
Let's
listen.
get back on.
Before we get back into the conspiracy theories, there is a thing that I saw today. I don't know if you saw this, but police in South Carolina are looking for this driver. And then the article, it said the driver hit a crossing guard. I want to be clear. The driver didn't really hit the crossing guard. The driver abruptly stopped at the crosswalk. The crossing guard let the kids walk by. And then this lady proceeded to stand in the middle of the road because the driver was being impatient and wanted to go. The kids were already out of the way, and that meant that she should have just got her ass out of the way. So the way she got hit was that she walked up to the car, and he inched the car forward. She then was kind of on the car, and he kept inching it forward. Apparently, I think she was like taken to the hospital and treated for minor injuries. Nothing happened, but now I guess her title is listed as officer. So I think they're trying to treat her as if she is law enforcement. And now they're trying to track a guy down who is now they're trying to charge him with like assault on an officer now. When in reality, this is just a lady I don't want to say taking the job too seriously because you got to protect the kids when they're walking across the street. But when they were across the street and halfway on the sidewalk, lady, you should have got your ass out the way. And you didn't. And Buddy bumped you with his little 03 Honda Civic EX. And then he took off.
It dipped on
And he
you.
dipped on you. And now they're looking for this dude. So, not even a cop. Exactly, Steph. That's what I'm saying. So, all this lady is a damn crossing guard. So, this is some parent who volunteered at the PTA meeting. She's being a little overzealous.
Does she have a badge?
They literally list her as officer, fam. So,
Bet.
she probably does have a
If-
little
If
badge.
I'm
that
listed
they
as
made
an
at Arts
officer
and Crafts class.
and I got a badge, hey, treat me accordingly, Steph.
She did have,
Treat me accordingly.
All she had was the vest on. Either way, my whole point in bringing this up was that the lady tried to basically say that the dude tried to run her over. No, fam, you almost got yourself run over because you wanted to try to take a stand in the middle of the street. I am someone who is not a fan of people standing in the middle of the road while cars are moving. I don't give a shit what your problem is, what you're protesting. Don't be in the middle of the road. There's no point in that. And if you see the video, the kids are literally all the way up on the sidewalk and she's standing there letting Buddy run him over with the car. I don't like that. So, I'm thinking like this. When I have kids, I'm going to volunteer to be the crosswalk guy. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to allow myself to get hit by a car and I'm going to get that lawsuit money.
It's going down.
So,
We all getting paid.
prepare to see me
We in this bitch.
in the late 2020s. I'm going to be at your local crosswalk trying to catch the lawsuit money. I'm being for real, man. You were literally just telling me it's costing over $75,000. I got to make 75 racks a year in order to live by myself. I need lawsuit money, man. My job don't be paying that much.
Nah.
And we not on
We
yet
ain't
with
paying
this
no
with the
LNI.
show. So, yeah.
You know?
I need all my money.
Yeah, that's so.
Steph talking about she'll get 1 over 2. Steph, don't
Funny.
stop playing. I'll hit you with the card and you can hit me with
So
your card.
did you see
And,
the?
and then we'll blame it on
Did you
somebody
see that
else who
the
gets
teens,
money.
the 3 teens that stole a car from Spokane and drove it out here to Seattle?
Nah, I didn't
That
know
was-
about that.
sorry, that was-
Tell them about that.
So, 3 teens in Spokane stole a car, drove it out here to Seattle, didn't have enough money found somebody, robbed the lady in the parking lot,
Yo.
took her purse, and then went to a nail salon.
They don't have parents that they
Talked to the
could've
nail
called to get some
salon,
money?
and these girls were 16 and 17 years old.
These are girls that they're trying to remake Set It Off.
It's literally,
Spokane version.
little light-skinned girls. So they went and stole it. Asked the nail lady, how fast can you do our nails?
So wait, they robbed the nail lady and then tried to get
They didn't
her
rob
to
they robbed this other lady in a parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Took all her stuff, got gas, and then dipped to a nail salon. Paid for the nail salon. The nail lady, like the owner of the nail salon, said that the girl kept having to look at the card to sign the name after she paid for the nails that were being done.
Listen, if you are, you shouldn't be watching this if you were a teenager, but if you are, let me tell you something. If you're gonna commit a robbery, you don't spend immediately after the robbery.
Yeah. So
you
they
need to take time to plan a little bit.
And it was,
Y'all are
of course,
too
they were using the
impatient.
card. So they're using the card. So the card is just being tracked everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go. So then they have video. There's actual video up on King 5 right now of this girl, because one of them. So there's 3 of them. 2 of them got finished early. So those 2 left and went to the store to go spend some more of this lady's money that they stole.
And they left their friend.
And the other one was still at the shop finishing up, getting her nails done.
Wow.
Cop rolls in, swoops her up, takes her out. She obviously snitches on her homegirls.
off to jail and then told see,
And then told.
It be your own niggas.
It'd be your
sometimes.
own niggas.
This is wild. Steph, let me ask you something. You ever committed a robbery? The line went silent, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the delay,
Oh.
and the fact that she started laughing, that's how I know she did it. We don't want to incriminate
We're not
her anymore.
incriminating anybody
That's
else.
how I know she did it.
We're not doing that.
That's how I know she did it. That's all I need to know.
Oh, while you're on the line, Steph.
Here you go.
Sorry. Anyways, how do you feel about this? The land mooning, the moon
Moon
landing.
landing.
Sorry,
What is
the moon landing.
Is this nigga
A little bit illiterate.
Hold on, how much time do we have? Okay,
Oh,
we
got time.
Okay, so we're diving
We
back
have
into conspiracy.
time.
So before we get into what Steph thinks about the moon landing, I feel like I'm missing out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Because apparently Pizza Hut is offering 2 years of free pizza.
In case y'all
hold
didn't
on,
know who
hold
this
on,
guy is, he
hold
is
on.
the Pizza King.
Let me finish. 2 years of free pizza and 22 racks to the first parents who birthed twins during the Super Bowl. And I feel like I was cheated out of this opportunity to participate because there's no guarantees that I'll have enough time
to
by Sunday.
procreate, you know.
I'm hurt by this.
So-
Pizza Hut, man, you should have announced this months ago and I could have got to work on it.
Pizza for life.
I'm pizza for 2 years plus 22 racks.
Damn. Why? Like why?
I don't even care about
2
the
years
money.
and 22?
I think free pizza is a better deal than the money.
But what is it, like a pizza a day?
I don't know. I gotta check the.
There's the fine print.
You gotta read the fine
look at
print.
the fine print.
All right, Steph. So
it'd be like one.
So if you're just now tuning in, we have Stephanie on the phone. Stephanie's my manager of the show. She manages all this dusty ass shit.
Very smart.
And she does a great job because I'm terrible at all of this. That is obvious.
All we
even
do is
during
talk.
our conversations.
All we do is
I
talk.
feel like she probably is looking at some of my ideas and being like, yo, this nigga, he don't know what he doing. But we going to be lit anyway because Steph is here to make sure that I don't screw this up. But we want to know, Steph, what do you think about the moon landing? And I want you just to answer yes or no. Do you think it's real?
Granted, I will hang up on you. Oh,
Wait,
we already
I think
did.
she hung up.
Oh God, Steph.
Steph went into a tunnel. All right. Tell us what you think about the moon landing.
Like,
We're lit.
be right back.
Call failed. All right, I'm going to tell you what I think about the moon landing. So, I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about the moon landing. I know that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were a part of that. I don't know how real it is, there are some people who question the validity of the moon landing. But there are also a ton of people who believe that it is real. I don't know where I stand with it all. It seems weird to me that we would somehow make it to the moon in the 60s, but haven't been back since. And that's enough for me to question it, because then I'll be like, how? I got a laptop in my pocket. I mean, I had teachers telling me, hey, you need to learn these math problems, and you can't use a calculator because you're not always going to have a calculator available to you. Bitch, what is this? This is the goddamn calculator. So how do I have a calculator in my hand? I got ability to connect without a wire to a Bluetooth speaker. I can call all of my friends all across the world, play Xbox with all these people, but we ain't been back to the moon since then. All right. I don't know why you hung up on us. Maybe
Can you
because
hear me? I know.
you thought we were gonna incriminate you.
I'm by Buckley.
Oh, okay, so apparently at Buckley they have no reception. But anyway, so Steph, we're talking about the moon landing, and I want you just to give me a simple yes or no. Am I going to the moon? Hell no. I barely want to fly back to Florida. I'm definitely not going to the moon. Do you think the moon landing is real?
No.
Okay, so Steph doesn't think it's real.
It's not real.
I honestly don't know. I don't
Not
have all
real.
the facts.
It's stupid.
I'm gonna tell you this though. What I saw,
You know what I tell you?
Hold
Fact.
on.
You know. You
Hold
know
on,
what
listen
I
real
facts.
quick. Listen real quick. I saw this on the news about like 2 mornings ago that NASA actually has like a tourism department, and they're thinking about offering trips out
Yeah.
to the space
To who?
to something
To who?
space. I'm just gonna say space. I don't know.
But to who are they offering that to?
Only rich white people.
Oh yeah, you already know. Multi-billion,
Only rich white people are
not
taking
not
the
millionaires.
chance of going to the
Millionaires
moon.
aren't even gonna be able to. Millionaires are not even gonna be able to afford this.
Steph, if you
It's
could afford to go to the moon, would you go?
Billionaires.
No.
Like if some guy was like, "Yo, what's up,
I
baby?
will enjoy
Pull up to the moon with me."
here.
What about Mars?
Yeah, what
Because
if,
you
what
know,
if they wanted
because
to
you
take
know,
you to Mars on
because
a
you know
date?
the Earth is we're collapsing. We're going under.
All right, okay. So James, tell us what you think about the moon landing. And why do you think
On
it's
what
fake?
aspect? So you want me to tell you how I know it's fake?
Yeah, and watch this cord because we don't want to knock the camera over.
So
Yeah, tell us how you know that it's fake.
So for so for one, you got shadows.
I tell the moon go loud.
You got shadows. So where do shadows come from? Shadows come from light. Where's the light coming from?
Wherever the source of the light is.
Exactly. what? Yeah. Lights like this, like we got set up,
This
like
way
they're
better
filming
than
it.
the light that
Because
I
what they
got.
try to say, they say that they filmed the moon landing in a studio. Stanley Kubrick, the guy that filmed the
Didn't he do Aliens?
no,
that's somebody else.
he did The Shining.
Oh, fuck.
He did The Shining. So also in The Shining, he has what do you want to call it? Not evidence, but clues that the moon landing was faked. In the movie The Shining, in the original Shining.
What are these clues?
So you know how the moon landing site is an octagon, hexagon, some shit like
Yeah.
one of those random ass shapes that they got. So the kid, you seen the movie, right?
What?
From back in the day, The Shining.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So remember the kid. So the kid is squatting down. He's squatting. You can't see it. You can't see his shirt or whatnot, but he's squatting down, looking down, playing with a shit.
Yeah.
On the carpet is the shape of the landing pad, or of the launch pad, not like the launch pad of the spaceships or the ships.
Yeah, I got it.
So then, as you see the kid lift up on his shirt says is the Apollo 11 or Apollo 1 on his shirt. So it's like him lifting up, and it shows him going off. So, but you break it, if you go back further even more, Stanley Kubrick
Stanley.
and
Shout out to Stanley.
who was the Stephen King, the one that wrote the book.
Yeah.
They beefed. They hardly beefed because Stanley Kubrick wanted to put his own take on the book, on the movie. So there's multiple times where there was a I want to say there's the car.
Yeah.
There was a car that's in the book. The car, it's a red Beetle. It's a red Beetle. In the movie, Stanley Kubrick wrecks this Beetle on purpose to say pretty much "fuck you" to the book because he was mad because Stephen King was mad that he was straying off of the book.
But it doesn't get wrecked in the book.
No, it doesn't.
All right.
The people, like the
So
family.
how does this tie into the moon landing?
So because it's he's putting in
Like subliminal
subliminal messages
Gotcha,
in this
yeah.
movie. So
Okay.
that's what they're saying. So they also said the reason why they say it's Stanley Kubrick because it's been known that Stanley Kubrick was the one that filmed the moon landing in the studios for this stuff in the past.
So he was filming in the
they
60s?
think so.
I don't know a lot about
Yeah,
Stanley. Okay.
years.
So they're saying,
Years
so
ago.
basically what you're telling me is that on good authority,
On very good authority.
Stanley's saying that he filmed
That he's the one
the
that
moon
filmed
landing
the
that the
moon
government
landing.
showed everybody.
that popped off.
So
And
this,
then-
so because listen,
and
I
then-
gotta say this because people
And like we were talking about earlier, they put stuff in movies that already happened.
all right, listen, hold on, real quick. We're not crazy. we're not cracked out. It's not. We're in the conspiracy theory hour. I'm letting my man
We're in
explain.
it. You know
I
what?
gotta make sure that's clear.
Nah, fuck
People
that.
gonna be
See,
looking
he's
at
trying
us
to
like,
say,
this
he's
is
trying to tell me
crazy.
that I'm crazy.
No, I'm
He's
not
like,
saying that you're crazy.
We're in this.
I'm
Hey,
listening because some of the stuff you can't ignore it.
everything that's
It's crazy.
conspiracy
Steph, we sound
Has-
crazy, right?
has.
No, I just was like, are y'all high?
Well, yeah.
Hey,
but
I mean,
still.
like that's a given,
I'm
Steph.
coherent,
Wait,
man.
I forgot it was the conspiracy hour.
That's a
Yeah, we're in the
given.
conspiracy hour. Steph thinks we're just
The Hennessy's
we need-
flowing, all that. We're good.
Where's mine?
Come through. You're in Buckley. You're in the land of the wild turkey.
Steph, do you want to be on the show?
They drink
next
wild
week?
turkey out there.
You should come through and be on the show next week. Now, eventually you will be on this show. Do not play me. Anyway,
Yeah, stay behind. Look, I'll be off to the side, like cheese.
gosh, yeah, okay, yeah, I guess that's fair. If I let Cheese do it, I gotta let you do it too. All right, so Stanley films the moon.
They say Stanley was the one that they hired. The government hired Stanley because he was known for being that.
So
He was being that
So
dude.
these are the things that after some of the stuff I heard, I have a hard time being like, no, there's no way, because I also have found out recently that at one point our government, when I talked about this on the show, went out and they scooped up old Nazi ringleaders to go head up NASA to help get up to space.
That was called Project Paperclip, people.
Paperclip.
Project
Shout out to
Paperclip.
What's her name? Dana something? Is it Dana?
Oh, the lady that was on
I just made that
Joe
up.
Rogan
Don't
shit.
make him up. Yeah. What's her name? I swear it's Dana. It's probably not. Her name's probably something else. I called her Dana. That's grimy. This is the first name that came to mind. I didn't want to call her.
But
Karen.
it was well. It's been well known. It's well documented that in Argentina,
Nazis, bro.
in Argentina, they have full German speaking like cities in Argentina. So because what happened was they knew the Nazis were the number one leading scientists.
And they were getting people close to, if not up to space prior
Before
to,
all of
to-
us were.
to the Americans. Okay. And
No.
so with that,
After we supposedly killed
sorry,
Hitler,
that shit's shaking.
supposedly killed Hitler because because he locked himself in a room. He locked himself in a room. And then
I
when
thought
we
he shot himself.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. He locked himself in a room. They busted it and he shot himself after that.
I mean,
whatnot.
they also said Epstein killed himself.
and
So,
from
like, I don't-
what everybody
people
knows,
be
like
lying, bro. I
you
don't know.
bro.
People be lying.
That's like saying
I don't think Epstein killed himself.
no.
Somebody
Epstein didn't
killed
kill
him.
himself.
Somebody
He
killed him.
definitely. Dare I say the Clintons got to him?
Do you think somebody killed
Dare
Kobe?
I say the Clintons got? Have
you
you
think
ever?
somebody killed
Hold
Kobe,
on,
though?
Steph. Have you ever heard of the Clintons killing all these people? Like the Clinton death toll, the death toll of the Clintons.
I'm more concerned about
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Kobe. Do we think Kobe was killed for
I
some
know.
reason?
I know. Hey,
Kobe, I love you, bro. R.I.P. Kobe.
the thing is with Kobe, like there's too much what ifs in like the pilot. You got all his friends that were talking about on how he was like the most
Yeah, he was
cautious,
a seasoned
he
vet.
was a
knew
seasoned
everything he was
vet,
doing,
the most
yeah.
cautious pilot that they've known. Multiple celebrities have hired this guy and this specific helicopter.
I'm just concerned that with the route that we're going,
It's hard.
now I'm gonna begin to question everything.
As you should. As you should.
I don't know if I like being in that space though.
It's hard space not to be in. So you think that everything in life is just what it is?
No, I don't think that. I know that stuff
So,
cracks off behind the scenes.
this is the other thing
but
that-
I like living somewhat
So
naive.
when you know
Is that
when
a
you
word?
know
Oh.
that the nation that we live in is run and owned by a World Bank, that all our debt, all our money, everything that we ever do comes from a World Bank. That
Well, how are we in debt?
because it comes from, you don't know?
I don't be paying attention. Bro.
Okay,
I don't
so
even-
check this out.
I
So
don't want to know.
the reason,
I know I'm in debt.
so this is why the reason why the United States are in debt is because we get our money from the what they call the reserve.
Yeah, see, I know all that type of stuff. I'm just saying, like,
But so what you don't know is that all the money that we get is already taxed.
Steph, you knew this already?
No.
So the money that we get from
We
the
don't know
World
it.
Bank, the money we get from the World Bank already has a 10% tax on it.
Okay.
So once we get the money, so that's like me loaning you $20, just being my homie, but low key you don't know that you still gotta pay, that you're gonna have to pay me like a car loan, 29.9% interest on this $20 that I just gave you.
Shit.
You know, so all the money that I give you already has an interest rate on it. So
makes
when
sense.
I get the money, from this place to pay back anybody else, it's already taxed.
Steph, we gotta look into this. We gotta get this verified.
So
I'm not
it's-
saying I doubt you, but we gotta.
It's
I gotta
it's
look into
a
it.
what do you low key like honestly
I
all
feel
you,
like somebody owed me some money. That's what I feel like.
oh yeah, dead ass. So
Probably
it's
me.
because so our
It's probably you.
our social security numbers are used as leverage. They're used as credit.
Fam, if you use my social security number, you're playing yourself.
You are credit to the United States.
Probably,
That's what
'cause I'm
slavery.
black.
That's what slavery came from. You're a credit. You're a credit to the United States.
Yo, I wonder what.
That's
I'm
why the
doing for
population.
under
That's
the
how they
slave
use the
market.
population. They use the population as credit. They use you as you are. Like,
I'm-
hey,
I'm
how
seriously
much money do you owe?
wondering
All right, well,
what-
shit, you owe this. How many niggas do you got in the United States?
What's my value? You think? Like if we're to put a number, you think I'm worth like 10,000, 15,000?
Nah.
Damn, you probably.
You're a Django Unchained, my nigga.
I'm dead. I'm not even worth a rack or
You
two.
are a Django
Shit.
right now.
You know what? That's true because I don't want to be doing nothing. If somebody yell at me to do something, I'm not doing it.
Bro, it's too much.
I'll be the worst.
You're gonna do it if you're in Hollywood because you have to.
Listen, we're gonna do everything we can to stay ourselves, keep it real.
If you want to stay in
and
Hollywood,
listen,
you're gonna do
but
some
listen to the
strange
thing,
shit.
Even with this, I'm not really trying to go to Hollywood. I'm trying to make sure that we have enough to support our kids, donate money to my brother's community center, and then make
Bet.
sure my.
But
handful
what
of
happens if
people are taken
if you
care
get
of.
hit up with Deezus Samaro? You know they started on Twitter.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's right. They did.
They started
had
on
a
Twitter.
podcast and then
They
were
started
on
just
Vice.
them two doing the random shit on Twitter, going back and forth and stuff, and then a random like little thing picked them up, and then
Yeah.
Viceland picked them up, and then
then it was
Showtime.
Showtime.
No, Viceland picked them up first. That's when
Yeah.
they were still being real niggas.
Yeah, and then,
And then Showtime picked them up, and that's why they have an agenda now.
Nah, I get
difference.
that. I get that, but like, I don't know, man, because I'm not.
What do you do?
I'm not cut out for Hollywood. I'm gonna tell you why.
Who is?
Because
who was?
I know, but this is the thing.
Who was?
I have-
Was all these little teeny boppers cut out for it when they thought they were just
But
gonna be on
some-
American Idol?
Some of these people, yes, because they want to party and they want to be in their life. Everybody who knows anything about me knows that I have a bedtime, fam. 9, 10 p.m. is as late as I'm trying to go.
Before.
Work-life balance, fam. I'm not going to a
But
party.
what if your work?
Don't ask me to go to a party.
But what if your work is no longer work?
What do you mean?
What do you?
If the work is no longer work,
If
like
now
what?
your work is no longer work. Like take me. Like me. My bar. I cut hair. That's not work for me. I love this shit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I get
I'm
what you
good
mean.
with it.
Yeah. So this
You know?
is the thing.
So now what
Yes,
happens
I can
when that
love it,
work
but I'm
is
not
no longer work?
I'm not loving it enough to go to a party.
You.
Are they paying me to come to
Yes,
the party?
they are.
Steph, are they paying me to come to the party? Because if they're not paying, then why am I going?
Steph, Hollywood, you're big. They're paying you.
You already said I'm not going unless I'm paid.
But yet,
So if you want me to show up somewhere,
But-
you gotta let Steph know. And you have to
but
run my
hey,
cash
but
app,
but
$30
what we're
$30,
talking about right now, you're getting paid obviously to go to this party. It's a Hollywood party. You're a Hollywood industry. You're getting paid to go to this party.
Who's at the party though? Who all
It don't
there?
matter. It don't matter.
Who all there? That's
it don't
exactly
matter.
what I'm
Hey,
saying.
you're gonna tell Steph that, and Steph's gonna tell you it don't matter.
If Steph say, "Hey, you got
What the check says?
I'm gonna say
the check
if we
says
didn't
bring
get
your
paid-
ass.
If we didn't get paid, I'm not going. And you pay me before the party.
The check says bring your ass to this LGBTQ party.
I'll go to that.
Oh,
That's lit. I'll bring my mom as my guest and shit, and we'll turn up.
Politically correct.
Nah, because I'm a fan of all people. I don't mind going, but I'm
But
only
just
going
10
if
minutes ago,
I'm
you wasn't
paid.
ready to go.
If I'm paid
I just
before the
said
show,
you was
I'll
paid.
go.
You was paid. Steph, the check is there. But you want to know who's there. It don't matter. But
Man,
you
that's
don't.
what I'm
But,
saying. It's gotta clear,
but it
so
don't
it don't-
matter. But you asking
Does it take
who's
like
at
three-
the.
3
You
to
asking
5
who's
business
at the
days?
party. You asking who's at the party. It don't matter who's
They're
at the
gonna
party.
have to pay me a week in advance because with my bank, it
Bet.
takes 3 or 4 days to
But
clear.
you're asking who's at the party is where you're going. It don't matter.
Is J-Lo at the
Is the
party?
check? But did the check clear?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The check.
if we already took the money,
Steph, let him know.
listen, if we already took the money, then I'm gonna go because I made a commitment and you already paid.
And you're obligated.
But I'm gonna walk through, I'm gonna say what's up to the host, I'm gonna shake hands, and I'm walking out. And I'm telling you like this is straight up.
But you can't because you took the money and now you're obligated.
Even
You're
if,
obligated for my 2.5 hours
I'm gonna say the craziest
in
thing.
a reach around.
I'm gonna say the craziest thing a person's ever said. Even if Jay hand me the invite himself, Jay, I only got an hour. When I say Jay, I'm talking about Jay-Z.
But
Jay, I only got an hour for you, bro. I gotta go home. I gotta get to sleep.
nah, bro, you're at the Rockefeller.
work- I gotta
You're at
work
the
out in the
Rockefeller
morning.
brunch.
I gotta
You're
hoop.
going to the Rockefeller brunch and you're leaving like that. But you know, or not even that. But you remember the party that he had personally. The VIP members got Rolex watches. Was their VIP invitation?
Fam, I wear an Apple Watch. What I need to wear a Rolex?
That was their VIP invitation. Was the Rolex?
You need a Rolex.
Yeah, that's
Do
true.
you not remember that? That
Yeah.
was their invite. If
Oh,
you
getting
got
a
if
you
you got the
a
Rolex, that was your VIP invite.
Listen, Jay, if you want to send me
And he
an
was
invite,
giving it.
bro, I will
Apparently,
show up.
there were 10
But I
racks
gotta
a
come in my
piece.
Kobe jersey.
There were 10 racks a piece. Have you?
So what? Like 6 people got invited to that
No,
party?
nigga, everybody got. It was so big. It was so
10
big.
racks a piece. Who paid for that?
Oh, apparently Rolex. No.
Listen,
Oh,
fam,
no.
If I ever
It was
get
some
big
shit.
enough to have a company pay with watches for people to come to a
That
party,
is your.
I don't even want to.
That's
be
your
anywhere close to that,
wristband.
because I have a
Your
feeling.
Rolex was your wristband.
I have a feeling that somewhere down the line they would try to come back for me for that money. I don't want to be a part of
You
it.
think Jay and Beyonce coming back for that?
Not them. They have all the money that we all collectively have. They have half of that. Together, them and then Bill Gates has like a half of something, which is more than like 90 million people on the
Hey,
planet.
you know when Bill Gates' wife divorced him? You know she instantly.
Was it? You mean Jeff Bezos?
Oh,
right?
Jeff Bezos. Sorry, Bezos. You know she instantly became top 5. Was it top 10? I think it's like top 10 richest
Listen,
people in the
I'm
world.
gonna say something that's also wild.
in the world.
She not that bad, bro. She kind of tough. Mainly because of the wallet.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna say it's because of the wallet.
It
But
is because of the wallet. There's a lot of people because of the wallet. How that you remember? What was the pretty felon? The felon.
That dude. He ended up dating a billionaire.
Did you see the billionaire? And you see what she looks like?
Steph, can you
Jason Meeks.
can you find me a
Steph, you're
billionaire?
the shit.
Steph, you gotta find me a billionaire just so that
Jason
way our crew
Meeks
can be taken care of.
Is a bit like obviously he left her, dummy.
He's not dumb if maybe he got married for a little bit. And
He didn't get married for
he
nothing.
He didn't do the Kevin Federline.
No, he just left
you remember
her.
what K-Fed
He
did
just
to
left her
Britney?
and became single. That's all he did.
You remember what K-Fed did to Britney?
Yeah, he got her pregnant and took both her kids.
Finesse king. I'm not even talking about taking the kids. I'm talking about marrying
And you gotta
her,
pay me. You have to
getting the
pay
money,
me.
and then divorcing her, and then collecting alimony.
And now you have to pay me alimony and child support.
K-Fed is finesse king,
Man. And niggas was mad at him because he was the background dancer.
We can't disrespect Kevin Federline.
Never that.
He
Hey,
really
man,
is finesse
he's
king.
invited to the barbecue.
No, I don't know about all that. He's not coming to my barbecue.
Hey, bro, he's out dancing you, so he's definitely invited to your barbecue.
Backup dancing.
He's definitely he's out dancing you.
Fam, I spent
as a white man.
I spent $10,000 giving out Rolexes. I'm not giving one to Kevin Federline.
Bad, but he's coming to your party.
K-Fed, I respect you as finesse king, but fam, you're not coming to my
Hey,
house.
K-Fed, you're out dancing him, so you're definitely coming to the party.
First of all, nobody can outdance.
He's definitely out.
I don't like having him on the show. He's just making fun of me the whole time. That's
Not at all.
my job. I'm
Definitely,
supposed to make fun of
I'm
people.
definitely gonna be like a staple on this show. Guest appearance.
Steph, you hear that? Make sure he calls before you book him, and you gotta call me.
Who am I calling, Steph?
You gotta call her if you want to get booked.
Like who am I calling?
I don't know. Ghostbusters.
Exactly. See, I'ma just text.
That's the only way you communicate with me, because when people call, I'm not answering the phone.
For real. Who answers phones these days now? I got a work phone. I don't even answer that shit.
Fam has a work phone. Do you still have a burner phone?
Yeah.
Y'all used to have one of his phone numbers in my phone was literally listed James Burner phone.
Hey, we in this bitch. Hold on.
So I don't even
Dennis
know.
Bush?
And after I lost one of his numbers, I don't even know the number to call. So I had to hit him up on IG just to make
Hey,
sure
we
the
be in
message
here, bro.
gets there.
Hey, man, I gotta be ducking and dodging these people, man. They be out here. They be trying to.
He didn't put his minutes on.
Yo,
Oh, people still got minutes though, Steph?
killed them.
People still got minutes? Hey, let me tell you how cold I am. I give my baby moms the app phone number.
Are you sure you want to do this on the show?
What I tell you in the beginning, nigga? This real nigga shit.
He's basically saying that she don't even.
Hey, she
baby
ain't-
mama doesn't even have the.
She ain't got my
direct
real
line.
phone number.
She
Not
don't-
at all.
She don't have the bat phone number.
She got
she has the one that goes to Alfred.
And what's cold about it is that the app is called Sideline. Nigga. If that isn't made for a real nigga like me, called Sideline, I don't know.
I don't know what he's
it
talking
is.
about because I don't have this app. I barely use my phone.
You ain't got no baby mom.
At least he has a phone number, because I can find my email.
Ooh, tell him, Steph.
Yeah, but
Tell him, Steph.
you know what? I'm not. I'm not gonna comment.
Hey,
Because
you know he blocked your number when he called you, right?
I'm gonna say this on camera. Steph's baby daddy is the biggest cornball in the state.
Holy shit.
I'm
Holy shit.
Fam, if you ever see this, you're the biggest.
Hey, like if I was a DJ, if I was a DJ and I had like the little thing and I would drop the bomb fucking thing on there like right now.
I just, knowing
That's what I would do.
Knowing what I know,
Cornball.
He's a cornball.
Cornball. Where is this cornball from?
He's from out here. Ain't he?
Is he from Buckley?
Oh, but you know what? He's success royalty too.
Oh,
First
hell
of all,
no.
First of all, let's get something clear. Nothing about him is royalty.
So he's from Spokane.
And I am associated with royalty. So when you say he has royalty attached to his name, that means you're putting him up there with the likes of me. I now feel disrespected because
Oh,
I'm not a
shit.
bozo nor a bum, and he is both of those things.
Both of those.
Don't disrespect me. Where is he from?
Damn, Steph.
He's from Spokane?
No.
Where's he from?
His basketball
Where
career
is
just
he from?
consists of Hoop Fest.
Name his city. He's from Kent? Oh, okay. We're in Kent,
Well,
Washington
shit.
right now.
Where's he get his haircut at? He probably gets his haircut at
Does he get cut here?
Great Clips.
Stop. He said he gets cut at Great Clips.
We had a Great Clips like in Covington, like the Covington Kent area. You know, they don't really raise their lineup or anything, but hey, they'll get you in
have
and out in
seen-
15
Have you
minutes.
seen the Sports Clips commercial where they tried to put a black guy on
I
there?
did. They tried.
Like
They
all the
tried.
white guys had the same
No
exact
lineup.
cut, and then they had a black guy who had like a little fade
They
and
did.
a halfway faux hawk.
They
Fam,
did.
those girls did not give him that fade
They didn't know
or
what
that
they were
lineup.
You know.
You would know if they gave
Steph,
it to
does
him.
your
'Cause that shit would've been all-
does your man's get a fade, or does does the father of your kid get fades?
No, he's bald.
Oh, he's bald. So he goes to like an old school barbershop.
No.
Does he do it himself?
He goes somewhere right,
Oh.
like off of right here somewhere.
Oh, off of Rainier somewhere.
What shop is off right now?
I have no idea, but that's the hood.
He could be in the hood if he wants to.
That's in the
He's
hood.
in like the FBI right now.
I know how he operates, so I know nothing about him is hood in the slightest.
Well, Rainier,
Anyway.
there's nothing not thuggish
No,
about
no,
Rainier.
I'm not saying
other
anything
than
about
like
Rainier.
all
I'm
those
talking
big
about
ass houses,
him specifically.
all the big ass houses and all that
He's
shit.
not hood, nor is he striking fear in the hearts of any man that is on this show. Mainly just me. He not striking fear into my heart. He a bum. You're a whole bum.
Bum.
Steph,
Got that
sorry,
bum
I didn't
bum.
mean to disrespect. You know what? I do have to apologize because disrespecting him ultimately is kind of like throwing shade at your wonderful kids, and that's not what our intent is.
Never
We
that.
we apologize to them. You know, sorry for being disrespectful. Your kids are wonderful. Their dad is a sucker. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, listen. James has to use the bathroom. We got 20 minutes left.
We're
of the
gonna get
show.
back on track.
Like and subscribe, do all those things. If you're trying to get booked for the show, you need to reach out to Steph. If you don't know who that is, you don't deserve to be on my show. Steph, we still need to find a third co-host. We gotta do something about that. We gotta.
I did have somebody message me earlier this week.
Okay. We had somebody reaching out.
They're a little hesitant about being on camera.
What is their hesitancy around being on camera?
Kind of a requirement.
Why don't they want to be on camera?
I don't know, shy, maybe. I don't know.
Well, do you think they would be someone worth talking to? Because maybe they could be on the show and they don't have to be on camera. I don't mind about that.
Yes, I do. I do think that it's something, you know, that would be worth talking to. So,
Wow.
I'll let her know that we can do a meeting if you don't.
Nice. Okay, so Steph is, in case you guys can't hear, Steph is telling me that there's a person who's interested in potentially being our third co-host because we are looking for a female host. So I think that's good news. It means that we're making strides. Baidar is going to be hosting with us. B, unfortunately, shout out to B. Shout out to his family. Prayers up. Hope we're getting good news on his pops. But he was having, everybody's kind of been having a rough week. But B's been especially having a rough week due to some family situations. So many prayers to our brother. That's my guy, so hope all is well. But he might be back on next week. Honestly, we can have James on here a bunch of times. He's hella funny.
Man, I'm in there. We'll film it right here.
Do we have any other conspiracy theories? If you want to elaborate on
honestly,
the moon
like we
landing?
can get back to the moon landing.
Okay, let's go back
Check
to the
this
moon
out. So,
landing. And we
other
still
thing
got
is,
Steph online too.
other thing is, so there has been not rumors, but like documentation of moon rock, like not moon rock, like asteroids or whatnot, hitting the moon,
Hold
hitting
on.
the moon, and having like a they said it rang like a bell.
Did you hear where
They said it rang like a bell.
Did you hear where some country? I guess we supposedly gave some country a moon rock as a gift, and then they went back and they had it tested, and we found out that it was like
fake
wood.
as shit. Yes.
Yo, you see
Yes.
how grimy our government
Grimy
is?
as shit.
As a gift.
Fake.
They faked a gift, man.
How you gonna fake
You
a
can't
gift to a
trust these
country?
niggas.
You gonna fake a gift to a country?
That's stupid.
But
funny.
it's been
you
known
fake a gift to your mother-in-law.
that you can
don't
literally
fake it
look
to a
up
country.
that it's been that the moon has been hit and it rang like it's hollow, like it's a hollow metal entity
Wait, the
type
moon is
thing.
metal?
They said that it's been hit and they heard it ring. They heard it ring like a bell.
So you showed me a video one time where it was a video of us launching some projectile into space or something, and then it's shot from a view where it kind of shows you that it can't actually leave. Or no, you.
So
they
what it's
shoot
called?
something
So
and then it expands.
check it out. So what it's called? Lower Earth orbit. So they
Right.
say that we've never left lower Earth orbit. Like I get it. Like we be in space, but low key. So you
It's
have
supposed
Earth.
to be like a dome around
You have
it.
Earth, and then you have another layer that goes over it. Some people, like low key, some people call, like if you want to get biblical with it, some people call it the firmament. They call it a firmament. It's in the Bible. So, like, I'm gonna get off topic just for a second.
This is crazy.
Just for a second. But so
Steph, this
with the
is crazy.
firmament, so they say the firmament in the Bible, they say the world is pretty much a flat plane on four corners. They call it. They say there's four corners of the world, and the world is on pillars. Pretty much on California, how like you got your house on stilts.
Gotcha.
So that's how they're saying that the Earth is. So if you were to take this in illustration, you got four pillars, square, and you have a flat surface.
So it's a table.
A
basically.
flat surface conversed in a dome, called a firmament.
Is this
and
why
this is-
Kyrie says the Earth is flat?
Yes, and this is biblical. This is in the Bible. This is literally in the Bible.
Steph, my mind is blown right now.
What's that?
What'd you say? What'd you say? Repeat that.
I'm gonna need you to whiteboard this so I can see the visual.
Well, so think about so in the Bible. So you heard it in the Bible how they
I'm
say
dead.
there's four corners of the world.
This is crazy. Okay, yeah. we're
Even
with
in what was that movie? 300. The movie 300. The little Persian
you.
dude.
Sparta.
Yeah, the Persian dude. They're always talking about
Is that gonna be an actor?
We're coming from the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
He was saying how he has all these. I brought all these monsters from
I
the
brought all my
different
niggas up
all
here.
my shit from the four corners of the earth.
This
And
is crazy.
so from what people are trying to say, like how, and this is low key sad to say, this is the flat Earth theory. This goes towards the flat Earth theory. So you can't say that the Earth is round if you're saying that in the Bible that there's corners of the Earth, there's corners of the world
That's true.
because it's round.
They ain't
It's a
shit.
sphere.
Yeah.
you know.
It's round. They ain't no
It goes off of that. So that's that's one of those type of things where they go towards that the world really is on four pillars conversed in a dome called the firmament, and they say like even more biblical, the flood came from a crack. Said that Jesus put a crack in the firmament in the glass, and that's where the floods came from. Was from this one crack in the earth. The earth. So then you got to remember. He says the heavens of the earth.
Listen,
That's what they
man,
say.
when
I'm
you
just
hear
speaking.
it,
So
it's hard to
it's
want
crazy.
to look at someone and be like,
And-
"There's no way." Because if you hear this stuff based on the things,
and then
that
you start
taught,
going,
it's-
and it makes so much
Okay, so
sense.
back to the video I'm talking about.
Makes
They-
so much
They
sense.
shoot this projectile up, and you watch it go up, and then you
And-
see where it hits.
And it
something,
booms, it hits
and then
something.
it
So they say
spreads.
that's a firmament. So that was called low key. Like you can look it up. You can literally look it up. It's called Project Fishbowl. Project Fishbowl.
Steph, you hearing this? Look
Are
this
you
up.
are you,
Project
you are you
Fishbowl.
hearing me, Steph? Project Fish. So Project Fishbowl. So they say, I want to say in like the early 50s or 60s that they sent massive nukes, and this is even the crazy shit, that they sent nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs, straight up to try to break this what they call the firmament.
My mind is blown.
Yeah,
right now.
I was mind blown when I heard this stuff, the same shit, and then I started looking up the government stuff, and they're like, "Oh shit, yeah, there is."
Is this like on
there
like
are
a
these
.gov
projects?
website? Like they just
there are
have
these
this on a
projects.
website?
This was before YouTube decided to monetize and go crazy and start deleting all these people's shit.
Damn.
That was before that. You know, because remember, you could find two girls, one cup on YouTube back in the day. Exactly, before it was monitored. So,
That video is nasty.
so
Ah.
they say, it happens, and it's there's all these possibilities, and there's all these when they say conspiracies, there's more evidence that these motherfucking conspiracies are real than not.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you.
And that's what I've always fought. Like the word conspiracy comes, and what people don't understand, the phrase, like the term conspiracy was formed from the government. The government formed this shit, the term conspiracy. They're the ones that came up with that word. They're the ones that came up with this shit. But yet, you can literally come out with everything that we think that is conspiracy. There's more truth than not on these conspiracies. Mind control. There's literally what they call, if you ever heard of monarch mind control, the government perfected mind control like in the 60s, and they admitted it. They admitted.
How do you put mind control on somebody? How does that work?
So what it's called? So just one. I'll give you one.
Give me
one example.
One mind control.
One example. It's called monarch. Monarch mind control. So that's me. So they figured out that you can traumatize somebody as a kid. You can traumatize them so bad as a family member that their mind will split. Their mind will split as the movie, like I told you from the beginning, shit they put in movies already happened for real.
I mean, I believe
They're
that.
not manifesting it on a
if
mass.
not, then how do you know
So
that?
do you
You know
remember
what I'm
the?
saying?
So you remember the movie Split?
Yeah, I remember that.
So in the movie Split, he has what 30 something personalities that can be brought forth to the light.
Yeah.
So in real life, they tell you that there's celebrities that have told you that I'm split, and that Nicki Minaj, what's his name? Roman, her British fucking person that she had that was coming through, that she was like,
I don't follow Nicki Minaj.
this was when she first started.
Okay.
When she first came out,
When
and
she was actually a rapper?
yeah. And she was talking about that, yeah, this is Roman. And she was talking about her the Black Barbie, and all that stuff. These were alter egos of her.
Damn.
These were literally alter egos of what she got going on. And this is like, even take it away from the Hollywood, it's been proven that you have multiple personalities. And the way that these personalities come out is to deal with certain shit that you got going on in life. So this is how they brought it.
I feel like I just heard Will Smith say this like 3 days
This
ago.
is how they bring out in the Hollywood type of shit. So you bring somebody in your family that's close to you. Look at Lindsay Lohan. Look at the other girl that looks just like Lindsay Lohan.
There's somebody that looks exactly like Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, and the girl that was for Nickelodeon. Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes.
Amanda
was hella
Bynes.
funny though.
Hella funny. But have you seen her? Did you see when she went crazy? And she had like she had the wig on. She was putting
I
her
remember
makeup
that.
on all crazy, all that shit.
Remember that.
What happens? So what they say, what they call Illuminati programming, is once you reach a certain age, your brain starts fighting it. That's the Britney Spears. When
Yeah.
Britney Spears went bald, shaved her head. When you go blonde, they call it. This is fucked up. So when you go blonde, Loki, bro, I'm literally gonna tell you. So when you go blonde, that's the Marilyn Monroe complex.
Okay.
You remember Marilyn Monroe? She was
Yeah.
blonde as shit.
Marilyn Monroe was
Do you
tough,
remember
too.
when she sung the fucking drunk, crazy ass fucking happy birthday
Yeah.
shit to JFK
Yeah.
when she was fucked up?
Yeah.
And literally nobody was supposed to know that she was fucking with JFK like that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And
yeah.
she came out like, yo, happy birthday.
Because she was faded.
No, she wasn't faded.
She was starting to come out of
She was literally coming out of that age, because what they say, when you get mind controlled at a certain age, your adulthood takes over your childhood and you
Yeah.
start clashing. So everybody that was in Disney, so Disney's the number one programming thing in the world. And they've been known for that.
Maybe I missed my chance because I didn't get programmed.
Think
I
about
should've already been famous.
Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera, Felicity, the girl. Remember the Felicity show? There was a show. Steph, you remember the girl that was the actress? Her name's not Felicity, but she was that was her name on the show.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know her real name.
Was it Seventh Heaven? The girl from Seventh Heaven.
Jessica Biel. She was on Seven Heaven.
She was.
That's
All
JT's
this
wife,
shit,
though.
exactly. Look how crazy she is,
Is she crazy?
bro. You're dating fucking Justin Timberlake, one of the biggest.
Man.
The shit. That's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. The blonde-headed girl with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Same one.
So all of this is I ain't gonna lie, this is insane. I'm not saying I don't believe
Bro,
it,
it's
but it's insane.
it's facts. And
Well,
they've been
okay, so
known.
where do you find info like this? This is just like on some
Because you just have to listen. That's
Who we
that's
listening
that's
to,
what
like radio,
listen
TV?
listen to people that are against the grain. Cat Williams. Remember when
They say Cat Williams is crazy. I don't believe that. I think
so
it's just-
okay, so let me go off on Cat Williams though. So Cat
we got like 8 minutes.
So what happened with Cat? You got to remember, Cat started banging on.
Remember when he got stole off from by that little teenager?
Yeah,
girl?
he even
Get
got
his
so
ass
he even
whooped by
got
a
he
kid.
even got trouble here in Washington at
Yeah, I
the
remember you
the Target, but
getting in trouble at Target
because
bro.
they said he beat up one of the Target fucking employees or whatnot. But so what happens is he said he's like, yo, the Illuminati's after me because I'm against them. I'm against the grain, and I was the one that started talking shit about their number one biggest moneymaker,
Which was who?
Kevin Hart.
So Kev's in the Illuminati. I mean,
So
you ever seen Paper
So
Soldiers?
hold on,
That's
hold on,
my
hold
shit,
on.
but
Let
he's
me
not that
let me bring it back. So the biggest thing what they say in Hollywood, what they do with black folks is that you have to do something gay, something that's gonna belittle you, and that's the anyway.
Did he do any of that?
He did,
Well, Soul Plane.
No, not even that. Not even that. So you got to think. So what he said. First thing, Kevin Hart not Kevin Hart, but Cat said he's like this. People do this. They do. You have to dress up in a dress. You have to do a gay part, or you have to fuck with one of these gay big names. Hence the reason why Terry Crew.
Oh, Terry.
Terry Crew. Remember when he said that nobody even knew, a big gay agent. An agent. Wasn't a big name dude, but to them in the industry, it was a big agent. Came up to him, grabbed his balls, right in front of his wife. He couldn't
That was crazy.
and he literally said he couldn't do shit. He said he was in an aspect where he couldn't do shit
We need
about
to
it.
Move this for you. And let's go ahead and we can move this. You don't have to knock this on. Let me go ahead and move this for you.
I lose 2 hours for my job. I wish you pay me $20 because
there we
I
go.
got $10 an hour and I lose 2 hours because you stay here. And I don't know. I don't think that you make a interview because you say a lot of bad words. You call
It's-
so loud.
It's not an interview. It's a podcast. It's on the radio.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, we're not on the radio.
It's
tonight.
okay.
That didn't work out.
Have a good night.
You pay me $20 because I lose 2 hours only for you.
Oh, I'm sorry, but what about when I lose?
I don't
When I
got-
lose products?
I
I don't got
do
the,
nothing.
I don't got the 20. I don't got the 20 on me.
But what about when I lose? When people drop stuff when they're trying to clean? What about that?
I don't.
I don't know.
Me neither. I guess I don't know about anything else either.
So
I never invalid you when you do your job. I never invalid you. Never. And here that's 2 times that you come and has a friend and everything. You have a good time. With those such words.
I'm sorry. Talk to Ernan. Talk to your grandson.
I don't know. I don't have nothing to talk with him.
You talk to Ernan.
No, he don't know that you say drink alcohol.
I did. Ernan told me it was okay.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's going on.
You okay that drink alcohol here?
Okay. Have a good night. Be safe.
I called the police and I let the police say you stay here with friends and drink alcohol. Yeah, you're laughing and you think this.
You're gonna call
So
it.
wait,
You're gonna call the cops?
the police are coming.
No, they're not coming.
Okay, because it sounds like we had. You, honestly, you know what? And that's our time. This has been an interesting
Pretty
show.
much.
The last couple minutes was I don't. There's Hollywood stuff. People are their brains have been altered somehow. There's a moon landing thing. I'm not really sure what's going on, and I guess maybe the cops are coming. I don't know.
The cops
But
are
you know
not
what?
coming.
It's almost
Don't
9.
even put that out
No, it's
there.
cool. But you know what? We've had a great show. I want to say thank you again to Hernan and James for allowing us to host the show here
This
this
is
week.
definitely not
This
the
is-
last.
This is the Meancle Jackson Show. We're usually live on Track Talk Radio on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm not sure what happened tonight on the radio program, and even Sherry didn't know what was going on when I called her. But hopefully, we'll have this fixed on Tuesday, and then we'll be back on the radio, man. But this was a crazy show. James, my guy, man, I
Hey,
appreciate
bro,
it.
thanks
bro.
for having
This
me,
is
bro.
crazy.
Like, I love this shit,
Especially
bro.
This
I
last
love
couple
this
minutes
stuff,
was
man.
lit. It was lit. So you know what? We might talk to James about having him on more often. I think it'll be a good thing. We need more people.
We can get money. We can get money in there.
And then Steph is working on finding us a third
Steph,
co-host.
thanks.
Female. So yeah,
Thanks
shout
for
out-
having,
shout out to Steph,
for dealing with my craziness and all the good stuff that we got going on.
Yeah,
I promise you I'm not crazy.
I hope we're not finna go to prison.
Ain't nobody doing that shit.
Anyway, but thank y'all for tuning in. This is the Meancle Jackson Show. We're lit. Like and subscribe. Do all those things. If you're trying to be a guest on the show, reach out to Steph. Don't reach out to me because I'm going to ignore that. But also mainly because people are only reaching out on Facebook and I'm still banned for like another 17 or 18 days.
Kids, food. The food.
Yeah. We're trying to clear school lunch debt.
School
Help
lunch
us out
debt.
with
It's
that. That's gonna be
ridiculous.
important.
It's ridiculous, people.
All right.
Dead ass. You can all relate. Everybody can relate to the school lunch debt. Dead ass.
Exactly.
Holler
Shout-
at us.
Shout out to James Smith. Shout out to me. Shout out to Steph. Shout out to Cheese. Shout out to Bai, Dar. Anybody else who's a part of this show? I'm trying to think. Is that everybody? Mainly just me.
Man.
Thank me. and, and
Thanks,
and
Steph.
listen,
Thanks, Steph. Hey,
see it, man.
Kobe didn't die
Kobe.
in vain. Kobe didn't die in vain.
I love you, Kobe. And I'm gonna kill on Sunday when I hoop, man. Ah, we out, man.